teachers did not like some teachers. Like, I don't know.
Will reopen for in-person learning today. The school district has six campuses closed since last Thursday because of air quality concerns caused by the fires that destroyed the World War II era Closing arguments are scheduled in trials and answers to the Paxton Hospital supposed husband in their home in San Francisco. The jury took the case today, a day after the accused attacker took the stand and apologized for hitting Paul Pelosi in the head with a hammer last year. We'll fix some problems on 405 with the
Well, we talked about sometimes that is our first hour. When it comes closer to home, things get even more upsetting. Think about damage to your house from broken water pipe, whether it's in the wall or in the ceiling or something. It turns out that when you open a claim to that homeowner's insurance company, you're going to find out the adjuster is going to pay you so little. You're going to be able to repair the damage. Well, if you find calls, have your gas is looking out for you. The public insurance adjuster is on your side. And you could try to negotiate the insurance company yourself. But you're going to find it no. Have your gas is on your team. And most importantly, after your team. They've been dealing with insurance companies for years. They've got the experience and the industry know-how you need on your side. No one messes around with after gas in your team. So give them a call. 818-917-5256. 818-917-5256. Go to AdYourGap.com. AdYourGap.com. We'll call them directly. 818-917-5256.
Got a great thing going this morning. Better chance of rain this afternoon. High to around 7. This report brought to you by TRILLIONAIRE.org. We're just going municipal, but it has on 405.
Earlier, little problem there. Southwest 405, right around Sunset Boulevard. Everyone's off the freeway now, but it's still fine. The brake light. It's slow going at the edge and get away from Victory Boulevard. Couple of problems in the freeway. It's going to be the westbound side right around Mountain Avenue. That's in lane, but I think a whole lot of cars on the track side as well to get away from the 71. And you know what? We have almost the identical same situation on the end in about the same place. The west side of Mountain Avenue. Practice over there. It's slow mostly on the westbound side there. It's a little bit dry. But brake lights there as well. So let's try with AFI. This report is sponsored by Hope Foods Market. Get back to food and produce at Hope Foods Market. Check out our gas indicators for 179 per pound discount in November 23rd. Match by a restaurant for a quick by the spot. Also by gas, in-store or online. Terms apply. Hey, how's that keeping your local Amazon vegetable store? Buttermilk frozen turkey for 49 cents per pound. When you spend $50 or more, it's good. Turn in your second Amazon.com/fresh chicken. Get the more exclusive savings. Save on the whole spread at your local Amazon fresh grocery store. Terms apply. The newest distributor is a disease, not a drink.
Look at I'm not sure if you're trying to miss that.
Find free treatment options at foodporn.org.
Today, we require more content and more analysis. The world's never been harder to understand. That's why it's never been more important to try. MSNBC. Understand good.
They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and it's not a problem. I'm not here to do that. Actually, advocates are different. We are here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, it doesn't matter if you're in your car at work or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-506-9295. Don't lose hope. $2 can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. There is zero risk to lose. If we can't reduce your tax debt, then we pay nothing. And other individuals get their IRS problems. You have a 5-star rating of Google and Health. Things like that are taken care of. You don't have to fight the IRS any longer. That's 800-506-9295. Tax relief access. Real solutions for real people. Look for a free PDF for your question. This tablet gives you access to the biggest collection of travel content in the
gets where I like for sure the most like just mountains and water.
Download for free on
You
the
get some
Smart
shit in
TV
Ontario.
tablet or phone.
The Latin areas are just
#1
forget
streaming
about
radio
let
app.
your sister go to the
Free music.
areas that are
Free
flat
live radio stations from all over
Calgary,
the country. Free
Winnipeg and shit, or they
free
just
playlists.
free content, free artist radio stations.
Commercial-free stations. It's great. I love iHeartRadio. Join the millions of music, radio, and podcast fans on the #1 streaming radio app now. iHeartRadio.
Radio.
Free never sounded so good.
It's just so nice. And you all show up here as
Your
kind of
feature holiday music station. Call us 1-800-345.
well, shit. Walking around and like trying to miss channels and shit. In town.
On the free iHeartRadio app.
Spots, but it's always green horse. Shit's wet.
Everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. Have you started doing the Christmas decoration yet?
I should have put you in
I'm not allowed to until after.
video. You probably
Yeah, it's a
put
rule.
you in there. I mean, the Sparrow dancing video. Dancing rabbis were there.
Very upset.
Yeah. Between that, trying to get everybody in there. So many Sparrows, so much
Set up
easy
a
to
Christmas tree.
actually finish. Sit down.
It's very fancy. Yeah, it's one of those professional
All right, babe. Hey, Yoshi. What's up? You'd be like, Mikey, you have nothing else to do but like it. Follow people on Facebook or on Twitter all day long and watch Parks and Recreation and smell your own urine. But it's a beautiful thing, isn't it? Why are you in such a good mood? Because I might have a place to go in Las Vegas, which would be good.
What the hell is going on in Washington? Before we get there, how about your chance at $1,000? Your chance at $1,000. Or on our website, win. There was a shot to the kidneys in the house hallways. There was a fist to cuff threats in the Senate. And it looks like the new speaker, is avoiding a government shutdown. For all of the latest, we go to Emlyn in Washington for ABC News. During this now, and a lot of action. A lot of action indeed. Yeah, Congress is less than 3 days away from a potential government shutdown, and spending measure, luckily, does pass the House. So now it will be considered in the Senate. This morning, we actually heard from Senate leaders at TRUMAN, and he announced he is working with Republicans to get this bill over the finish line as soon as possible, even as early as today. It's more likely that they're going to take a vote tomorrow or the following day. Of course, that deadline is undecided. But on Tuesday, the House voted 336 to 95 to pass Speaker Mike Johnson's two continuing resolution. The 209 Democrats actually helped pass this bill, and there's 127 GOP members voted in favor, so they have no Democrats voting in favor of this bill. Johnson spoke after the vote and said that we are clear, we would do it day by day. So remember, this is a similar situation that got former Speaker Kevin McCarthy voted from his post. The McCarthy had passed the spending bill temporarily, and with the help of Democrats. And certainly, that's what he was not doing. The floor was not happy about that. So this time around, Johnson is in some hot water with far right conservatives, but for now, it appears Republicans are cutting Johnson some slack.
Yeah, and then maybe Matt Gaetz signs up for the undercard, and after Burke and McCarthy go at it, and then Mark William Mullen goes after the signature clause. and maybe call it a day. A USD like 169 or whatever number we're up to at this point. I was going to ask you about that though. This is incredibly similar to the same situation that Jack having the party kicked out. Why won't somebody call for Mike Johnson to be ousted as speaker in this instance?
Well, we aren't going to say that no one will call for that. At this point, they're just going to be getting past the Friday deadline. We heard from House Student Office Member Byron Donald, who essentially says that members understand that Johnson is in a tough spot. He's an inevitable spot, so he's going to be fine. We're going to follow him. So here's what those numbers are trying to give Johnson a little bit more wiggle room for now, but we have had some representative matches from earlier this week who essentially warned the speaker will need a full spending soon enough, or he might see the same demise as McCarthy. We are hearing from some hard-right conservatives who are ultimately voting against Johnson's plan, the same kind of similar way from McCarthy's plan. They are demanding that the cuts, they want full appropriation bills rather than deadline spending, because as you know, that Congress needs passed 12 appropriation bills, and this is essentially, again, putting the phone down the road. And thank you, appreciate the update. Thanks so much.
This ongoing discussion of physical violence well, I mean, it's surprisingly funny because it's a reminder there were times when that was actually a more common thing, right? I mean, in the birth of our country, it was more common for people to just walk out and hit each other square in the face, and then care here later in the day that they got all of their teeth out. That doesn't happen these days. So this is so uncool and such a weird flex for a United States senator to stand up and threaten out of a t-shirt.
Well, this is what happens when your parents can't decide on a name.
You know, this is with Mark Wayne. Yeah, this is what happened. This was from yesterday. So this is the time, this is the place. Going around your mouth. This is the result. We can do it here. Love to do it right now. So stand your butt up. We send this one. Very reasonably called. No, sit down. You're a United States trainer.
I think that's the best part. Like, there's Bernie Sanders, if we're ding dong between the fight that we used to and Bernie Sanders and North right now. Well, Mark Wayne Mullen doubled down today. He said, I'm not afraid of fighting. I will fight. I don't care where I fight, by the way. So how does that mean? Where are you going to fight this guy?
Well, and the other thing for the beginning of that where he's like, yeah, we're too consistent adults, then we'll
So it's just one of those gut punches to the city of Cleveland, to the Browns organization that's been through so much, and here they go, they lose their defense is good enough to do it.
Well, thank you for dropping a tweet and changing the entire.
You can always count on the NFL producing something. As the great columnist for the New York Times, Fred Smith, used to say, God will provide. And the NFL always provides something that changes the narrative and produces some fired yesterday or
You did it!
Just looking at the stem. I mean, you're not completely out. His hands. Touch it. Oh, baby. It is so cute. I disagree with you. I agree about just the trade. I get it. Like, yeah, you can trade. Something's not successful just because you can trade on it.
Yeah, I mean, there are. Every time you see fucking hated stuff from all the time. Last week we had Terra Luna Plastic and FTT. Basically worthless, nothing to do, but there's speculation it could be revamped if people bought it and it's trading. So it's like, all it takes is a narrative, and you got people pumping it, the price goes up, and then people start, so I missed out on that trade, I'm going to get into the next one, and then, like, there's a lot of vaporware that trades in the bull markets, and half of it has no reason, or it has no There's no reason why it does. I think metaverses are one of those where it's very hated, and the traders are going to take advantage of it, and people that missed out are going to feel FOMO, and they're going to ape into it. It's going to be a boom. There will be in the bull market, but we're not there yet. I mean, we've been talking about this. I guess we'll let the board age know. The biggest bit that's coming up, and it looks like they're ramping up marketing is notebooks, man. This morning, they posted initial month download. It has a bar, it's like 4 bars waiting complete. They basically had kind of a marketing campaign yesterday where they said they had someone, a VC firm, basically approached him and wanted to buy the collection for $5 billion, and they turned it down, and then they had enough, and it's going to be a free mint.
So that's not the first one. I told you early on when. So Shark, you know that head and shoulders that already put out? Coin Mata Rider Ripping. Somebody just pointed out that they see another head and shoulders, but it's kind of like the entire head and shoulders that we already played. That's just the head. Oh yeah, from Watender. Was it Watender? Sure. Well, I think I saw him. No, it was Dr. Had it. So maybe he said. Yeah, I can see that too. Yeah, now. Yeah, 100%. I can see that as well. That's what I'm thinking. The very bottom left. Sorry, you've just been Am I the fat little guy with giving the gift? That's so fun. Yeah, but I appreciate you doing that. Guys, first of all, JDS, Jamie, Chaos, Keith, everybody that showed up, all you amazing artists. We're not done. We'll be back later. Full more event. Catch us in the Discord. I gotta run. People are just keep calling me. I keep boarding like I'm an FBI agent here. Gotta get. Out of the place for now. I'll wait for the truck to recast. Oh, a lot of putas. Putas. That was the last one I played. Oh yeah, Mike, by the way, thank you. Sure. Because of you, before I helped, I took a little bit longer because you were entering right when I was about to take my scalp profits. And then I got an extra, like, 50 cents per contract that I had before I decided, okay, I'm taking it. But I had another sheet and over 50 contracts, so I'll take that all day. All day. Well done, bro. Thank you. No. Thank you. Well done to you. The current state of Tezos has little to no funding support for builders as devs outside of the Tezos Foundation, and oftentimes grant funding is not sufficient to sustain a business. So devs decide to either stay hungry on Tezos or build on a more supported ecosystem. This is reducing the quality and quantity of projects on Tezos. What is the plan to provide a supportive funding environment for builders on Tezos? 50K down for multiple teams to split will likely not have any meaningful long-term results.
Well, I would say yes, I use it really like income from millions that people want to use. We haven't seen how long, like when we look at rent requests, one thing to understand is that there's a perception, I would say, that the amount of money that people can get.
Well, is do you see the $26 $1.8 million mixed calls? Actually, more than 1.8 million, but anyways, straight to several orders, and the $55 mixed calls for 250,000, and the $28 mix. Let's see. I'm running an analysis here. I don't like. Those are not hedges. Not from what I can tell. Now, for combining the when you do the process of drop off payments, for example, like do you like twinkle your finger? No. I'm gonna have to drop you. I'm not even gonna lie to you, bro. I had it. It's me. That's enough. Oh my god. I mean, like, really? Really? Below you? Really? I'm out here saying that you're the greatest talent of all time. And you're out here talking about like some weird shit. I've already had enough weird talking. I've literally had enough weird talking. I hardly made it through the segments talking about this stuff. I'm like literally praying to every single god that this situation does not happen to Denzel Washington. Like, I'm sitting here thinking, like, are they going to attack all the leading actors now? Because that's how they usually roll them. I'm thinking, like, I'm going to wake up in 2 weeks. Yo, Inside Edition, yo, breaking news. TMZ, breaking news. I actually wanted to talk about this, but I'll talk about this tomorrow. I want to talk about, I don't know if anybody saw that hockey incident with, I love hockey. I played hockey my entire life. There was a play where, I forgot his name. It's out in Europe. It's a European league. Guy kicks up the skate, slashes Johnson's throat. That was the player who died. Slashes his throat. And now he's been arrested. He's been arrested on charges of manslaughter. For me personally, like looking at that play, and I'll discuss it a little bit tomorrow, I think it was well deserved. That shit was premeditated, man. I don't know. Fuck. Manslaughter my nuts. I played hockey. I played on ice. I played on roller. It doesn't matter. Like, I played hockey. Like, I know you don't kick up your leg like that.
It's impossible. The only way your legs go flying in the air that way is if somebody were to hip check you out of nowhere. And now you're.
That's weird. You don't see often. Well done, brother. I also see FDX FedEx. This was around 10 after 10 this morning. I see 260 calls, 1.299 million, and talking about the Ashkenazi Jews. When the Rothschilds established the Israel, right? Was it 1947? Official? Was it 1947? 1947. So to be clear with you guys, they actually came from Switzerland. They came from Dutch. They are fucking white. And we already pulled that data out. So no, pause. It's a fact.
You're right, Oscar.
So pause. No, they're not at all.
You're not forever, respectfully.
What'd you say, brother?
Just not talk over forever, respectfully.
No, it's all good. I was just throwing it out there. We just went over this documentation not that long ago. You guys can look at the FBI files. They tell you exactly where these families came from. They came from Switzerland. They're fucking Dutch.
Ukraine.
Yes, Ukraine. Yes, Poland. Yeah, they're fucking, they're white, dude. Like, it don't matter how you put it, because when they register their names, they don't register their names under Jew, because Jewish, or being a Jew, does not distinctify. It's not a fucking ethnicity or a race. It is a religion.
Right.
So they never say that they are Hebrew. They don't never say that they're from the bloodline of Shem. No, that's Semitic. Semitic means Shem. You're a Shemite. You come from Shem, right? That's not the same type of bloodline. They're not fucking black. So let's be clear about that. They don't even have the correlation. They never claim that. What they do claim is that they are fucking of Dutch descent. They are from Switzerland, bro. They are from Ukraine and from Poland. That's what they tell you. They're dead ass serious about this shit. That's the fucking problem. You know, I don't stand with any Europe.
Yo, hold on, brother. All right, I need you to stop interrupting. Please.
The thing is, I don't like Europeans that play blackface. Do not say, "Oh yeah, my mom's mom was from Africa." I don't want to hear that shit, man.
Like, no disrespect. I'm not going with that shit. I'm just not going with it. It's cool, but we had somebody say, oh yeah, I'm Indian. It's like, you're not fucking Indian. What tribe are you from, man? Like, you're not even supposed to even say that you're native if you have, like, even 3 generations back that states that you're native. That's not how it works. You can't do that. You can't just put blackface and put the Indian face on and do all this other shit. It just doesn't work that way, man. Just be your fucking self. And I've noticed that a lot of people just feel uncomfortable in their skin, and I don't fucking appreciate that shit. Just say who you are. Just
dollar sign viral in your tweets. Just put it in your tweets. That one is even based on speculation. So you get it is based on speculation because it is not on their platform. But I think if it is farming, that is how it will be. So I believe we all understand. But if you are not understanding it, let us just do for the ratio and SRP for now. Let us do for ratio and for SRP for now. So let's go. The SRP, once again, it is in small letter. I made a mistake in my tweet. I put it in capital letter, but in the same tweet, I have one in small letter. If you read through in the tweet, it is $SRP in small letter. But for ratio, it is $ratio in capital letter. So those are the difference. Now let's go. If you are on the speaker room, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, Alaji, you have a hand up. Okay, very good.
Mike, is this yours? Pumping up right now? What's going on? Well, you was on board. They're pumping up when I see the going down. I'm like, what's going on? I mean, I guess I can alert replays. Just being so hard was the point. I know. I'm done trading. and finishing up the game. With no disrespect, it's just like that's the game.
But you learn the rules, right? So
Yeah, I would never do like I've seen people get hit like with a hockey stick. I've seen people come at me and I wasn't even looking, trying to cross check me in my neck.
Which David, what NFL coach had bounties on players? Was that the Giants or the Saints? Yes. Like I'm just saying, like I just know that this is a violent sport. I think of hockey as a very violent sport.
My coach never told me to do anything to hurt anybody. They would just say, honestly, I had great coaches in my career, and they were like, yo, finish the play, finish them.
Right, to protect yourself, right? And to protect yourself. Protect yourself at all times, right?
But hockey is so fast. We are moving at about 30 miles an hour with like pounds of equipment on us. I'm telling you, like you guys that who've never played hockey, you don't understand. We're balancing ourselves on stage. We have tons of equipment on us, even though the equipment is lighter now. We're literally racing around. It's even though fighting has been taken, it sucks. Fighting has been taken out of the game in the NHL. There's no more goons. You don't see the Ty Domies anymore and shit like that. You don't see
Doug Wade, Ty Domi, any of those guys. The goon thing it's more like European hockey now.
You gotta skate. You can't skate. You can't handle the puck. Nobody wants nothing.
That's why you see all the guys who are really good players now. A lot of them are smaller. It's like a smaller build of players who are the top players dominating the league now.
Shout out to everybody who plays sports. I love that. I love to hear it, man. Hockey fan, man. That's what I love to hear, man.
Fuck yeah. You a Rangers fan or Islanders fan?
Rangers fan. Fuck the Islanders.
Fuck yeah. Okay, you're my boy then.
Let's go. Fucking 11-2.
Hell yes. I'm waiting until Saturday. It's a long wait. I'm like, why are they not playing until then?
Yo, Jonathan Quick owes us a Stanley Cup, bro. That motherfucker stole it from us. He owes it to us, man.
Absolutely. I'm glad he's playing for us. He's fucking.
GMDM, everybody. Actually, I guess good afternoon. Oh, what up, Jason? How we doing? Is everybody doing good? Yeah, we doing good. Having big days? We had a nice day. Yes, looking pretty vulnerable right now. Yeah. Yep. Nothing said. Hold on. 45-20, main spot all day today. Actually, all during after hours too, or an overnight session. So all of that stuff I just told you about SPX, coupled with those massive VIX calls that you saw. You got a Lambo and you ain't pumping this? Dude, really about that life. It opened up like a portal for bad spirits to get in.
Yeah, but
spirits were boogers.
I used to get yelled at, Jason, by my Jehovah's Witness friend.
Yeah.
Bless you. Yeah. Don't say that.
January 19th, 2024. All of them.
Background now doesn't need you to see any activity new lows.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't think so.
See new highs.
I did grab some Q385 clips just while I was watching that. But he's a short. Turkey's gonna win.
He's winning.
He's winning. Alright, close the rest of my TNA. Done. Done.
Every time you hear that refrigerator go, you gotta fuck your wife.
News up in here? Just telling you the story that I heard.
Refrigerator sound helps Israeli population read all about it.
Man, Snowflake gave it all back. That's great. Sad.
Is anyone still in puts, or did everybody close their doors?
I have some puts, but I didn't say no.
You're crazy.
Am I?
You're crazy. Yeah.
Maybe I chased it. I've been watching this stupid NVIDIA 380 puts all day and never grabbed them.
But today he's up 7.2, so he closed the day red yesterday. But we have diamond hands, and I don't swing shit.
Mata, new high a day, $10 calls in the money, coin wrecking, $96 calls are banking, riot, no why that 1050 call in the fucking money.
That's wild.
Oh my gosh!
Is it in our group grab? I bet you Ace caught this thing before we put.
Why is he still trading right now?
No, not usually. I just checked. I didn't. Wait, you know Ace?
Go down link at the top, because these are the kind of conversations we try to run in the Roosevelt community. Shout out to the morning meetup ran by our doctor down there, cartoon character, midday mashup with Trilly, that comes second, and then I do the situation. But definitely, if you're not a part of the Roosevelt community, definitely join the community, and I'll accept you guys in, where we have conversations over there in the community as well. But with that being said, I got to get back to Daddy Do This. Thanks to everyone for even indulging in this conversation and making it a productive one. Because it could have been left. Like, sometimes you get idiots in conversation like this. And like I said, I witnessed something last night, right? And I just wanted to make it, a conversation and bring awareness to it. So that was the purpose of this conversation, especially when it comes to gatekeeping and blocking. So, yep, that account blocked. And with that being said, folks, thank you guys. Love you guys. See you guys, I guess, tomorrow. Or I might do a space later because I do late at night at the coast sometimes. But
that's what I want.
Yeah, I might do it later. And that's what we just, shoot the shit and have fun and crack jokes and shit like that. But see you guys later on that timeline. This room ends now.
Bye, guys.
Thanks, everybody. Love you, honey.
Love you guys. All right.
They were the ones that originated or first came out with backpack.
God, because I just went out on the Soul on the open scene. They're not even like in the top 10.
Miss Belgium is the number one project. Bad lads. Number one.
Yes, but it's on Magic Eve. Probably only on Magic Eve. I don't think I've ever seen them on open scene.
Yeah, I don't tend to see too many Solana projects on open scene.
They're gonna bring it up to the top right now. It's not. I mean, it just. Okay. Maybe I'll put up the official.
Access Labs on open scene for the Solana.
LADS.
Not labs, yeah, not labs. Lads, like mad lads, like crazy men. Yeah.
So do we think this is going to do well? I mean, what's our thought?
It already has been doing well. Its USD amount is as high as it's ever been. So I think it's over $4,000. I think it minted sometime in July, and it got up to 100 Sol, but that's when Sol was like $18. Now when Sol at like $60, it's broke its all-time high in USD amount. So.
That's why I never post my P&L, because my percent is nothing. I don't like nobody can go. Well done. Secure profits, please. I just closed out half.
Let's see what I'm at. Where am I? I'm at 192.
Look at this Yoshi. Athleticism. Yoshi.
105 or whatever. You know, it's like we actually, the reason why we have those clips is because I was like, I know Reggie White gets a lot of respect, and obviously anytime his name is mentioned, everybody says it's awesome, but like, that is a dominant first 100 games. Oh, yeah. That is a phenomenal first 100 games. And you guys,
Reggie for me is the true GOAT. Like I love all the guys that people put in the GOAT conversation. I think Lawrence Taylor's unbelievable. I think he's incredible, some of the things he accomplished. But when you truly look at Reggie White's numbers and you go back and you watch some of that film and you see the stats he was putting up, Reggie White did some unbelievable things. And for me, he'll always be the greatest of all time.
Hell yeah. Go ahead, AJ.
JJ, quick pivot back to, I know we watched that Bill Belichick video. Now, we don't have to show that again. We understand the guy benches 405 for at least 12 to 15. Sets of 5, from what I assume, and obviously can probably do 600 pull-ups.
Not even that chest.
Real slow pull-ups, too.
It's not even moving, you know, because his chest is so big. He's only going to do that
Light work.
Anyways, go ahead.
With that being said, JJ, we're hearing that Bill Belichick might not be the coach of the New England Patriots next year. Do you think that is a possibility? And if so, where do you think would be a good spot for him to go coach next?
Man, it's fascinating. It really is fascinating because how do you transition on from a guy that he won 6 rings together? He's had such an unbelievable stretch. Obviously, they're going through an extremely tough time right now, but they've created such a level of excellence where you can't, they won't stand for that any longer. So is there a parting of ways? I mean, it certainly looks like it if you just look from the outside looking in. But where does he go next? I mean, I don't know. It's going to look weird no matter where he goes if he does, because it's just going to look weird. But then you also ask the question, is he going to be able to have the GM hat and the head coach hat wherever he goes? I would guess yes. I mean, anybody who's going to want Bill Belichick, they're going to have to give and say, you get to do whatever you want. You're Bill Belichick. You have 6 rings. So it is going to be very interesting. I mean, I know San Diego's been tossed. I mean, San Diego on the brain. Has been tossed around a lot. Chargers. Yeah, so I don't know. I really don't know, because he also has a very specific style of coaching. We all know, the Patriot way, the very tough, the discipline, the extreme way that he coaches and goes about things. So I really don't know, but I'm fascinated to watch. As a fan, it is certainly great for us to talk about for a while.
Certainly. In Lombo, who's obviously been close to the situation up there numerous times, him just acting like, yeah, he's probably, he will definitely go coach somewhere else, and didn't say like, nah, crap, they never going to get rid of Bill Belichick. And then allegedly Bill Belichick was the one that might have leaked his 2-year contract extension that he signed to remind the Crafts of how much money he is owed. Like, these are all things that are being speculated. It's like, oh, this is getting real loud. See, this is not.
Can we get Orlovsky? Like, I mean, I saw Orlovsky yesterday. Like, if he knows, just tell us, dude. Like,
I'm all reporter. Good. And then he probably said, I said it yesterday, the way he said yesterday. The way he says it is every time. I'm like, who is that?
Yeah, says it like an asshat.
What a tease.
Yeah, but who is that?
He's trying to sound like he is from a inner city Boston accent town, and he's not.
Oh, that's a Boston act? Yesterday?
Yesterday's no ours, yeah. That's Boston.
He's not. He's not.
Not even close.
Well, he said he also
dropping your eyes.
He also said, I'm not a reporter, that's why I'm not going to say. But he did hear it from somebody who might know.
Right.
I think is how he laid it out. That one went real big.
There's no rule against
it. It did go.
Yeah, it did.
I was watching the whole show yesterday. Really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed the show yesterday. I thought you guys did a phenomenal job.
Don't watch our show, JJ. Okay? Don't do that. It's not good. What's that? No, he didn't watch the show.
I did it while working out. I watched the whole show while working out. The whole Aaron interview and everything. It was really enjoyable. I enjoyed the whole thing. Aaron broke down some plays really well. I thought the breakdowns of a lot of the plays and actual like football stuff was a lot of fun. And then I like seeing you guys go back and forth. Obviously, Aaron and AJ have got quite the friendship relationship.
Hey, there was a little animosity yesterday. Did you feel it?
I mean, there was a lot of bedroom talk. That threw me for a loop. I wasn't prepared for the bedroom talk. The possibility of that being a lie, what you're lying about the cornea injury, fascinated me. I jumped on board the conspiracy train.
Oh, okay. So he thinks. I think a lot more people, by the way, AJ, are starting to think that it was what you guys were getting after.
Whoa. Okay, so great, cool. Whatever you think. I don't know what that means. What would I have taken? What would have gone into my eyeball and chipped out my cornea?
You tell us, pal.
We don't know when it got there.
You're in Ohio.
Hey, once again, I don't judge anybody. This is the thing I for my son.
Yeah, plugged it in, didn't know it was already.
You should run. This is like something that's almost like something to be proud of. But yeah,
we're trying to make an 11th kid. What do you think?
Yeah, let's make it a positive. Then, Jay, you mentioned Aaron, how he breaks down film and everything. What about everything else that he said and that he does and talks about? Are you a fan? Do you agree with everything that he says?
See, Grandma, this is what I'm talking about.
There's a lot of stuff that he does that I can't even wrap my head around it. I don't even understand. There's words and phrases and plants, I think. I don't know. There's things that I don't even know what they are. So no, I can't ever.
You and your brother talking about ayahuasca would be that would be a hilarious conversation. You two trying to figure out.
If he comes back and plays in 3 months after parents and kids, we're gonna be talking a whole lot about it. I'm gonna be trying to play for another 4 more seasons. I'm gonna start calling here real quick.
Oh, wait a minute. Pittsburgh Steelers got you jacked up. You heard, oh, mama, I've been fit for my life from the dawn. You felt it. You were like, you know what? Yeah, I am still getting on the spot right or something. I'm just sad at this point. I'm still getting after it. Is that, you started feeling it a little bit? We got a playoff push out right now. Oh my God, week 11? This is the time. It's the time, JJ.
Even TJ yesterday, we were texting about the workout, and even he was like, "Hey, you're lifting a lot of weight right now. Like, what's all this for?" Like, I'm like, but the thing that I keep going back to, because I mean, I'm not an idiot. Like, there's thoughts that always will creep into your head. I always shoot them right down. Like, I have not run, so I'm not like, I have not run. I've not trained. Certainly, the lifting is absolutely there.
Well, you smoke every day, right? You smoke every single day.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Totally. Yeah. You guys know me. Just ripping heaters left and right.
Yep.
Wisconsin Reds.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's cold up there.
So, I don't know where this came from too. Like Steelers fans have been doing it for years, obviously, but like recently in my mentions, Lions fans came out of nowhere. I have no idea.
Come on, JJ. Hey, go to Detroit, pal.
You would be a hero forever if you bring that city a Super Bowl. Let's go. You and Hutch. Get to the quarterback. JJ, come on.
Bro, you do the other eye.
Yeah.
Oh, no, you do that other eye.
They don't have chocolate pretzels there. It's a stupid idea.
Yeah. Right, team can do it, I guess, too.
Yeah.
Maybe you guys take Hutch's thing.
Yeah.
Because that feels like a little bit too much destiny. You guys have your eyes like this. That would be neat. Let's go, dude. All right, so you're still...
99 is not available either, so...
You could wear number 1 or something.
Yeah, maybe 2 because it's your second phase of your career.
Where is it not available at?
Anywhere.
Oh, dude, this is awesome. You want to play football again?
Wow.
How can you not? Whenever you see those terrible towels, when you see them yinzers just losing their mind and doing this entire thing.
Watching Burnley on Saturdays.
These guys suck. I need to get some frustration out. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I need to be on the field.
I can't wait till we flip this thing around. I can tell you after some things. That's going to be great.
Hell yeah, we'll be doing this 2030.
Yeah, that'll happen.
That'll be good. That'll be great. It's a process. It's a transition. We got to do it. Oh my God, I think I just heard JJ wants to play football again.
Yeah, either the Lions or the Steelers.
Oh my God.
Big boys.
Oh yeah. You think I would go to? I mean, think about it. Use our brains for a second. Well, if you're going to go somewhere, obviously, you speak about Pittsburgh because my brother's there. But is there another team that's playing incredibly well right now? Who's got a quarterback that's crushing it? That's got a lot of connections. Like, I mean, use our brains.
I got one for
him.
I'm struggling actually. No, I got one for him. I got
one for him. Right there. I think D-Buck could probably.
Yeah, right down there. There'll be a guy right next to you too. Who I was about to ask you about with Sheldon Rankins. Just had a,
there you go.
Had a J.J. Watt-ish game, 3 sacks.
On the stadium.
Yeah.
He's on the stadium.
Yes.
And he's doing this shit again.
Down for
punching himself in the face with bleed.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Scoring touchdown.
Oh, that would be so good.
Yeah.
Come on. Dang. Oh my God, it's back.
Yes.
Guess who's back?
Yep.
Back again. What is back?
I love
in Houston.
The energy, the excitement. If you're sitting at home right now, if you're not laughing and having a great time and your mood is raised right now, you're crazy. This show gives it to you every week.
No, JJ, there's people right now going, get this off me. Why is he standing on his chair? Why does he still have a tank top on? It's damn near winter. Yeah, that's what people are saying, but it feels real, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah. Wasn't even thinking about this. Looking at this.
Houston. Oh, yeah, this is coming. It's like, yeah, why not?
So
nothing's happening.
JJ. Come on home. You can't lie to us now,
Are
brother.
you the first guy to ever play in a stadium that you're already in the Ring of Honor for? You would have to.
Yeah.
Great. So,
wow.
Yeah. Break the record, JJ. Be the first guy ever. And after you get a sack, I think it's point up to yourself.
Yep.
Point up to yourself up there. Or
salute yourself along the wall. You can do the salute.
That's for me.
Yeah. Thank you to me.
All right. Let's get back.
What's next? What should we do? I heard there's another players only meeting going on. Did you guys hear that?
Oh, Garrett Wilson was saying on the show with Samini. He was saying Samini basically that, yeah, we just had to kind of, an open forum. Sometimes when players say some things, might listen a little bit more. And you don't want to be down the road and wish back that we would have done this before. And there's then other reports saying it's one of the players only. It was players led meeting, like not a players only meeting. I guess there's a chance that there's contradicting names for what happened, but nonetheless, they spoke it out. They're turning the season around. And when Aaron comes back fresh off that Achilles and ayahuasca in a shorter time period than anybody in history, they're going to go on a run because they spoke about it. JJ, you don't think that worked? You don't think the Jets really accomplished anything as players only meeting? You think players only meetings are a joke? You think this is all for gigs? Because the way I heard Darryl Wilson say it, it's going to change things.
Big time.
Maybe no.
I'm trying to find out. It sounded a little bit like it could have been offense only. I did read a little bit of things that it might have been offense only, which we know can be okay. Full team is an issue. Full team is an issue. We know that. So if it is full team, concerning. I would put it as concerning. But it also makes us follow. So very excited to see the Jets this week. I don't know who they play, but very much looking forward to it.
Players only meetings, I don't know if we've done the research, really successful in the past. They're really, right? Don't they kind of 180 a whole team, JJ? Isn't that kind of what we realized?
What was it, last week? The Bills had one, offense only, but then their offensive coordinator got fired. So,
Jets play the Bills this week, too. Oh,
Ooh, players only, players only.
Let's go. This is good. This is good.
We're
We're gonna learn.
What if they tied? That would be awesome. That would be players only. No winners.
Too much positive juju going on with all players telling all the tales of each other. Who works harder than everybody else? Who's more locked in than everybody else? Who needs picking up?
I thought what Aaron said yesterday was brilliant also on the Bills. If they actually just missed that kick, Broncos just missed that kick at the end, and they win that game, Ken Dorsey's not fired. Like there are multiple levels of butterfly effects here that all unfolded because of a wild 30 seconds at the end of the game. And I thought he was spot on with saying like that can affect so many things down the line, and it's pretty wild that little sequence right there ended. Guys, I mean, his tenure there, and who knows what else happened long term.
It's bananas because that one play says a lot, though. Like week 10, having 12 players on the field for a game-winning field goal, too, that says a lot. You know, like that.
And it was the weirdest part about that is that the play before they were kneeling it down, and you knew they were kneeling it down. So, like, you had tons of time to figure out what was going on. Like, it's not like it was like, oh my God, we got to figure it out. It was like, okay, 3 plays in a row, they took a knee. Then they're going to kick the field goal. We got time to figure out what's going on out here, and they still had 12.
Full play clock, too, for that last one, like 24 seconds. Like, so there's a lot. I mean, you could have subbed your entire field goal block team on in that exact time. I mean, there was a lot of failures, but that's why the conversation is had. Like, what the hell's going on in Buffalo?
Definitely those C's fault, though. Definitely those C's fault.
Pat, do you hate the Broncos doing a NASCAR trick to end the game when they didn't have to?
Do they have any timeouts?
Well, they didn't have to deal with it.
Yeah, they had to kick it with like 18.
Yeah, I think maybe there was a little bit of overreaction.
First cut,
We just want to make sure
finish. No one interrupted you. You talk.
at the end of half, they did it.
Yeah, they did.
Properly. We needed it to happen. This was a lot of time. I think if we were trying to do this,
No, that's false, right? You can tell that's false by
we got nothing but time. Because you wave a towel basically to let everybody know, like, hey, hurry up. I think if I started doing that for that particular one video,
there was a balance.
okay, everybody, let's make sure we're
They
perfect.
could have just slowed it down. They could have just slowed it down for like 8 seconds less. The one thing I will say is Sean Payton, when we were in Houston, we were practicing against the Saints every year preseason. And he practices situations more than anybody I've ever seen. That is one thing that he and Drew Brees really had down and locked in. So when I saw him at the end of the first half, I knew, like, yes, they have practiced this 100 times. Sean Payton is extremely diligent about making sure every single guy on that field knows what needs to happen at the end of half, what needs to happen at the end of games, situations, clocks, all that. So that's one thing that they definitely work on. So I think they probably at the end there could have just slowed down.
Only a large chunk in a major.
Yeah, you got a major and a minor. And minors are like NASCAR made the field goal that'll happen once a year, once in 2 years, maybe. They had it 2 games, the second one was needed, but they ended up getting a win. You said we're going to play Houston, and this kind of launched the whole, holy hell, JJ's going to go versus defense.
I mean, the NFTs were making hours solid. That one was maybe the biggest one. It wasn't
Yeah, you're right.
Weird. See, I know that card was on point. But I mentioned it earlier. Sheldon Rankins big time game this past week. Household name, the multiple sacks, and also had that pressure when that kick. One of the kicks that broke through. Tell me something about Sheldon that we don't know. Yeah, Sheldon and his defense. And CJ Stroud and the offense, rightfully so. Tons of credit to Shine for what they're doing. But the defense is doing well too. D'Amico obviously knows he's doing that work, the defensive coordinator. Sheldon Rankins just bowling over people. I mean, just running right over the top of somebody, feeling himself with a shoulder shrug. Nice sack. Beast in this game. I mean, I love when guys have big games and they're not necessarily household names. Sheldon Rankins misses the sack the first time, pops up off the ground, gets back, and still gets the sack. Watch it. Run him, push him back, shed him, miss the sack. You know what? Let me get back up. I'm going to chase this guy. Great effort. Go get the sack, finish it. Love it. Oh, yeah. And then here we go. Let's go. Number 3. Just a scrum. Just a pure scrum. Grip strength. That is hard to do. Yeah.
around the cubic. Get over here. Get over here.
Yeah, that hurts your fingers. I mean, any of the old guys know that AQ, me, AJ, we know those fingers are going to be mangled after you're holding onto a jersey like that. Not a good deal.
So, whenever you look at that D-line, you're excited and jacked up about it. You already said you want to play for the Texans this year. What are you thinking? Like, I don't want to do any public negotiation for you. You just love the fact that Houston's in the middle of a run. That is a beautiful thing for not only the franchise, but the entire city and their fans. Is that what I'm kind of hearing?
I mean, I think it's an unbelievably exciting time. They have got a franchise quarterback now, not only plays the game at an unbelievably high level, has legitimately put himself in the MVP conversation. And he also does everything the right way off the field, the way that he goes about his business, the way that he handles his teammates, the way that he is in the community. So when you have that combination and you have the head coach, who's an extremely smart, diligent, young head coach who's leading the team in the city the right way, I mean, you put these pieces together, it is an unbelievably exciting time. And CJ asked for the fans to show up this week in a big way at NRG Stadium. Like, I think that we're about to start to see the energy in Houston reach the old school levels, like the exciting levels. It's going to be a fun time down there, man.
Yeah, it is going to be a fun time. Oh, okay. Fascinating. I don't know if that means you're going to be there or.
I'm going to Houston for Thanksgiving week, like to be with family, just so you know. Like, so if you see me in Houston, like, I don't want this to blow up. Like, we're going to eat Thanksgiving dinner. I'll be there all.
Yeah, physical before Thanksgiving, obviously. Utilize the Thanksgiving meal as a celebration for passing the physical, being in good enough shape to be back in the Houston Texans franchise, not just on the damn stadium, on the field. That's right. What, like a third down package? What are we seeing? How many, that pickleball? What do we think?
Hey, where's that court? Where's that court?
Really tight end.
What happened with this? I don't even know. Like, I caught, like, you guys FaceTime me at random times throughout the day, so I'll be doing my kids and I'll be on live television. So, what happened? I don't even know what's going on with pickleball.
Hey, thanks for answering that. You and Tony Mueller are always the best. It is good. You know, some of our show does it. I think. We're potentially doing some lead time for other shows. We have Ryan Smith on the show, the owner of the Utah Jazz, friend of the program. BYU Cougar, their football sucks so bad. He needs to figure out NIL.
One of the things that I've been trending over time, right? And this is something that I'm very open about, right? Like, I run an NFT fund. This concept.
If I want to double,
just
give me a double.
It's not like you go talk to like
you're not allowed to get doubles.
NFT ones.
They're looking out for you.
I was at the airport. That was tough. I don't know how to run an NFT fund.
You booze bags. All right, just drink one shot.
We just had a great show in Utah. We went to the airport. We wanted to celebrate with the double.
I guess
That's it. And he said, no.
They wouldn't give you.
No, he said you can order 2 drinks at the same time, but I can't pour you a double. No.
Hey, let me tell you a place you need to go, my friend. Wisconsin. Double, triple, quadruple, whatever.
Yeah, a little different place. But Ryan Smith, owner of the Jazz, friend of the program now at this point. He said you guys play pickleball against each other, and then AJ and I, all of us asked, "Where's the pickleball?" And then you wouldn't answer either. It kind of sounds weird. You guys got a little Illuminati pickleball thing you guys play in the league?
On a pickleball court. Where else?
Where? You both separately said like we're real like sketchy about it. Act like it was some underground lair where you might be doing weird things.
Submarine.
Oh, don't put us in AQ's category here with the underground billionaires club. All right, we don't do that weird stuff. Sweating on each other. We're not like rubbing up against each other.
Dongs out.
Yeah. I heard they had a special guest the other day.
Henry Cejudo was
And apparently he's the man. Stop by the basement. Everybody loved him. I guess he goes hard now. But anyways, what underground basement weird shit are you guys doing in this pickleball game?
I mean, it's pickleball courts. We don't want people showing up at it. What do you mean? Like, I'm not going to tell you the
address. Put
it on the air.
It doesn't matter. No, you don't have to. I'm sorry. But you guys meet up because he lives in a different state than you do. You guys fly to a pickleball court and play against each other? Does that what happens?
Is it in the sky?
Phelps and John Rawl.
Yeah, it is.
Zach
Those billionaires are in a different.
How come AQ wasn't invited to dinner?
Yeah, what a cool. This is the Arizona Fighters. Very good shit.
Real
I don't care how you want to.
You guys go to Chef Bird. That's got to be so.
You know Roth, don't you?
AQ, our wives were together.
They were.
Our wives, yeah.
That dude's working his way in. That's a hell of a crew.
That is hell.
That's an incredible squad out there. Arizona really is a fantastic squad.
AQ will tell you, Arizona is a phenomenal place. There's so many athletes down here, both current and former. And it's really cool to have a friend group like this. Obviously, with Zach and John's birthday, they have the exact same birthday. So we, went out, got ourselves a little dinner, had a little fun, and really, really good night.
Happy birthday. Awesome birthday,
guys. You guys are like this. Phelps has never taken a supplement in his life. No creatine, no aminos, no protein, nothing. That guy dominated the world with whatever 400 gold medals. Zero whey protein, zero creatine, nothing.
I don't believe it. You serious? How'd you find this out?
That's what I said. I asked him 3 times. I was like, dude, I don't believe you. I literally do not.
Pre-workout?
He's like, no, I don't. Zero.
He does the weed.
Yeah, he smoked so much weed, which I appreciate.
Yeah, that's how it is.
That was his PED. It's vitamins THC in me. And then also, he's like, when you shake his hand, is it like an avatar? Like his arms, right, are built?
Oh, yeah.
Like, and then does he have like the webbed hands too? Don't they say like webbed hands? He's like built to be a fish, right?
Yeah. He'll do that back slap thing where it is unbelievable. He's incredible. He's impressive. And he told me this was a cool thing. This is like a celebrity name drop thing. But he was like, "Bring your son." My son's 1. He said, "Bring your son. We'll teach him how to swim." Said, "Yep, I will bring my son over, and you will teach him how to swim." That'll be awesome.
Who's Co's swim coach? Michael Phelps. Might have heard of him.
Michael Phelps. Who's his golf coach? John Ross. Yes, thank you. This is great. Who coaches him in soccer? Kaylee Watt and Julie Ertz. Oh, great. This is great. I hope these kids are pretty awesome.
AQ, who coaches your son? Sounds like I'm trying to get the same coach.
Come on, how do I get in here?
Yeah, really.
Well, you got to get out of that basement.
Yeah, exactly.
You're rolling around that basement. You know what I mean?
Well, JJ said, AQ would tell us how proud he is. AQ's told us he's done trouble making sense. So, it makes sense he had to go to the basement because he doesn't get invited out much.
I think I want to be a fighter. Literally blocks apart. He was like blocks apart.
You don't have to rub it in his face.
Yeah, he's talking that much.
We get it.
I don't know why I don't get any calls. Change numbers?
When do you get back, AQ? Tomorrow?
Tonight. Nice. You want to get dinner?
Tonight.
Hang out tonight.
Call you Saturday.
Hey, no, I can see you tonight. We'll go for let's go for a walk tomorrow morning. I got to take the little man for a walk.
You go. Oh my God, it's a huge deal. New crew? Don't go to that basement with him. Just go to Houston, Texas.
No, I will not be going to the basement. I can tell you that that is something that I don't understand.
Thank you. AQ shows his basement pretty hard. You got Harry Shahud going there. Science question for you, JJ.
Yeah, JJ, you mentioned possibly going back to the Lions earlier. When you watch them, how demoralizing would it be to be on the defense again? I mean, they're going for it on 4th down all the time. Guys are just running wide open. What do teams in the NFL need to do to try to slow down the Lions right now? Because they are a juggernaut.
Yeah, I mean, I think first and foremost, they have incredible line play, which is great. I think their offensive defensive lines do a great job. I mean, they've obviously built that team from the inside out, which, I mean, I think is a massive key to success in this league. But one of the things that I think is fascinating about the Lions, you just took a casual fan, not somebody that necessarily watches the film, breaks down the stats, but a casual fan. You said, what do you think about when you think about the Detroit Lions? You would say tough, gritty, grind it out, wins where they kind of do that DMC, all that stuff. But if you actually look at it, they have one of the top 2 or 3 offenses in the NFL. They are putting up numbers at an incredible rate. And that offense is operating so efficiently. They're putting up, number 2 in yards per game, 406 yards per game. They're not just grinding it out. They are putting up points. And then you combine that with Dan Campbell's mentality, with that Detroit tough, gritty mentality, with going for it on 4th down. All of that together in one package is why the Lions are just dominating right now. It's a lot of fun to watch. And I think people in Detroit have to be just living the dream right now because they've been an incredible fan base for a very long time. They've just been through some very, very tough years. So they deserve to have some fun, and it's got to be a whole lot of fun.
Hell yeah, Foxy.
Let's go.
They're averaging 406 yards a game. Averaging. Okay, so sometimes lower, sometimes much higher. an average of that. How many games has it been since the Pittsburgh Steelers have put up 400 yards of offense?
57.
Is that the number? 57 games?
57. Yeah, I do it every week. Like on CBS, every week. You talk about the North, obviously, but they give me the stat every single week. I know it.
They're averaging, but you guys haven't been able to get 50. Same league.
Steelers ran for 200 this week. That's a big.
That's even worse though. Were they playing Penn State's defense?
Well,
they're 6-3 guys.
Meaning as you gain your stop loss, that
they're not
minimum stop loss
increases. But they're winning football games. Like you want to talk about because I brought this up on CBS on Sunday. Like Kenny Pickett now hasn't turned the ball over one time in 5 games. He hasn't thrown an interception. He hasn't fumbled one time in 5 games. So they're getting them to the fourth quarter, and then they're finding a way to win the game in the fourth quarter. It's not pretty. You're not putting up these huge, massive numbers. They're not throwing the ball over the middle at all. Literally, I mean, they are literally not putting the ball over the middle in the field, which is wild. But they're keeping everything safe. They're keeping everything. Why not?
Yeah, why are they throwing in the middle?
I think it's. I mean, I don't know the actual answer to that. I think it's one of two things. It's either the offense is not coordinating throws over the middle. They're not creating. Dude, how crazy is that? Like, look at that. There is not a single throw between the hashes. Not one single throw between the hashes. Everything is short of 10 yards and outside the numbers, basically. So that tells me one of two things. Either we're not scheming up the right plays to get these types of passes and to have these crossing routes and get the middle throws, or you don't trust to be able to do that. It's one of those two things. We don't know which, obviously. But they're winning games, so you can't say too much. They're 6-3. Like, how mad can you be?
I'm starting to worry it's not Matthew Merrick's fault because there's some screenshots coming out of wide open. We're hitting our checkdowns though. Moving the ball down the field. That's something too. 6-3 though. I mean, there's a chance. There is a high chance that they are number one in the AFC. If Houston beats the Jags, Eagles beat the Chiefs, and we beat the Browns, we are number one in the AFC.
And listen to the fans; they've never been more grateful for that.
That's right.
Right? Ain't that right?
Very, very right. And that'll be awesome. But JJ, I did want to ask you. I think I saw TJ play basically every snap on defense on Sunday. You were talking about how you haven't done anything like that. TJ did an excellent He was rushing a lot on Sunday.
That's Max Crosby stuff.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's one of those things where you kind of, as a pass rusher, you generally have an idea going into the game when you're going to take your breaks or when it's going to be. And I know for a lot of pass rushers, for myself and for people for a long time, generally the third series of each half. That was always my thing. Third series of each half, you're going to sit out the start of it, and then you'll go in on the third down, and you'll kind of get back into it that way. And then throughout the rest, if a drive goes longer than, let's say, 5 or 6 plays. Generally, for me, it was about 6 plays. Like after 6 plays, you're pretty much give everything you can possibly give. So you might want to get out of that.
I'm buying. We don't believe in sales.
Well, I mean, yeah, you don't run anywhere. So,
Have you watched the league? You guys are walking together tomorrow.
Yeah, you guys stay in like a 3-foot by 2-foot area. This is a debate that I thought I said something to Steve one time in college. I was like, yeah, you give me 3 months to train, I could be a great offensive lineman. My strength coach whipped his head around. He goes, what the hell did you just say? I was just I wasn't even a starter at that point. I was just speaking reckless. Like, offensive line is very tough. I give you guys credit.
Well, you'd be a tackle. You'd be a tackle. I think you could probably do it, don't you?
I mean, I'm trying to be nice about it. Yes, I do think I can.
With all due respect, Frank, 3 months still.
Yeah.
That's right. Maybe I start starting over there.
Kick set, punch. Kick set, punch.
Yeah, give me
pass off the game. Pass off the game.
You guys stay square too. Don't give anything away. And make sure when you're kicking, you stay square. You got to get to your spot, JJ. I don't know if you know that. Like, if I was playing you, I know you got a different skill set. So I'm trying to get to my spot, let you come to me. You know what I mean, JJ? That's what I'm trying to do.
Major keys. Number 1, get off the ball before the ball is actually snapped. Number 2, Just grab any jersey you can find. They're not going to call it anyway. Don't worry. Are we done? I can hear the ESPN music playing. I want to make sure I time it up properly.
All right, we'll see you guys tomorrow. That's been Trenches Wednesday. You're the bet.
Want to order it? Why not make it? Go full speed. Go half speed. Go big, bigger, biggest. The KitchenAid Bowl of Steam Mixer has the capacity and control to get you started wherever you're starting from. Whoa, you might have with that amazing huge I feel you. Zoe, you're an action star. Hey, action. Join T-Mobile and get 4 new iPhone 15 on then and 4 lines for $25 a line. That camera, I'll be sharing pics from this flight. Not want to see yourself ski. Yeah, good at ski. You're stuck on minutes.
This holiday, T-Mobile.
Let's see if Spy can close this 5 minutes about the new lap. It looks like it's going to so far.
Lobster and shrimp celebration.
Oh, yeah, look. See what they did at the last minute of that candle?
Lobster and shrimp entrees for
They said, I'll be a wop.
A couple years ago, I ended up in a motorcycle accident. I didn't have health insurance at the time. And now I have a plan that keeps me covered for $9 a month.
Half of my monthly premium is covered with financial help. And knowing I'm covered to go to therapy and fill my prescriptions is huge. I found a plan for $0 a month. It was a huge sigh of relief. All plans cover doctor visits, prescriptions, emergency care, and more. Healthcare.gov is here for you. Enroll by December 15th.
Are you guys getting a lot of calls from Rabbi? Yeah. I've been blocking the shit out of that guy. Probably got more than 50 times and 50 different names, like literally when I got home. He's got the things. Yeah, probably. Rabbi something, I don't know, there's been like, I got followed by 50 times today, different accounts.
Betting against the person at the announcement tonight? Here's and there's something who's trash. Just remember to act sad when they lose.
Numbers move you, but some can stop you. People like the tens of thousands of people diagnosed with certain HPV cancers. The most fatal HPV clears on its own. But for those who don't clear the virus, it can cause certain cancers. Gardasil 9 is a vaccine given to adults through age 45. It can help protect against certain diseases caused by HPV, including cervical, vaginal, vulvar, anal, and certain head and neck cancers, such as throat and back of mouth cancers and genital warts. Gardasil 9 doesn't protect everyone and does not treat cancer or HPV infection. The doctor will recommend screening for certain HPV-related cancers, and still not routine cervical cancer screenings. You shouldn't get Gardasil 9 if you've had an allergic reaction to the vaccine. It's obvious with water allergic to yeast. Tell your doctor if you're having immune system or pregnant. The most common side effects include injection site reactions, headache, fever, nausea, dizziness, tiredness, diarrhea, abdominal pain, and sore throat. Fainting can also happen. Help protect what counts. Talk to your doctor or pharmacist about Gardasil 9.
Diabetes can serve up a lot of questions. Like, what is your glucose and can you have more carbs? Before you decide, with the Freestyle Libre 2 system, know your glucose level and where it's headed, no finger sticks needed. Manage your diabetes with more confidence and lower your A1C. The #1 doctor-prescribed CGM, Freestyle Libre 2. Try it for free at freestylelibre.us.
Popeye's new sweet and spicy wings don't make sense. Marinated and tossed in a blend of chili, garlic, and ginger, as sweet as they are spicy. Speaking of flavor, order occasion-style turkey at your local Popeyes this holiday season.
Red Lobster's new lobster and shrimp celebration.
We got ham, shrimp, potatoes, sausages and sausages, cheddar bay stuffing, no nothing.
3 lobster and shrimp entrees for a limited time. Every day, thousands of kids may miss school because they lack access to clean clothes. But with this cycle, Whirlpool is helping end that cycle because Care Counts by Whirlpool is putting washers and dryers in schools. Learn more at whirlpool.com.
At TJ Maxx, you can go above and beyond and stay under budget. Find the gifts they love for less and gift to the max.
When you think work, you think boots. You think boots, you think heavy equipment. Heavy equipment makes you do welding and hammering without burning and smashing, which means you're back to thinking work.
I know I work that people want to get new 5J, but
the all-day, everyday pant by Public Rec. More comfortable than jeans, more stylish than sweats. With the all-day, everyday pant, you can choose your waist and length sizes to guarantee a perfect fit. Now comfort looks good.
I think we're going to make either a newer high or newer low after the one.
Who said you can't teach an old dog new tricks?
Show the world what it means to be a fan at Fanatics.com. The world's largest collection of officially licensed fan gear from all the leagues, teams, and players you love. Shop now and get today's special offer. Fanatics.com. Officially licensed everything.
It's SportsNet. It's built the streaming service. Movies and shows, live TV, more local sports. This is your big thing that crushes
I don't know why Shark got
Add some color to your Black Friday at joybird.com with our biggest savings of the year. Up to 45% off select bestsellers and 35% off site-wide. Explore the deals at joybird.com.
Hi, Phil Swift here. This is Flex Super Glue. Just one single drop virtually welds itself to the surface and can easily lift over 3 tons. Get the new Flex Super Glue because it works.
Do you have an invention idea? Go to inventhelp.com to get started today. We have services to showcase your invention. This holiday season, why not do something for yourself? Go to inventhelp.com or call 844-7-INVENT for free information.
This is Sports Center.
Yes, it sure is. Welcome to SportsCenter. Christine Williamson here with Randy Scott. Plenty of news in the NFL as we approach the start of Week 11.
Yeah, Adam Schefter is going to be here with an update on the status of Justin Fields. Will he return for the Bears this week as they take on the red-hot Lions, restoring the roar?
Yep, and plus Alex Smith goes one-on-one with not only one of the best tight ends in football, but a new pop culture icon, Travis Kelce, ahead of his Super Bowl rematch against his brother and the Eagles.
We're also going to be live in Philadelphia for the Eastern Conference showdown between the Celtics and the 76ers. Can Tyrese Maxey continue his amazing play for Philadelphia? We're going to start with the NFL and the developing story here on SportsCenter. Deshaun Watson done for the season. Browns making that official this morning. Watson will have season-ending surgery for a non-displaced fracture in his throwing shoulder. Ouch. This is the latest ailment to that shoulder. An MRI revealing what Watson apparently did, which was suffer that injury early in Sunday's win over Baltimore. And today we heard from the man himself. It's new on SportsCenter.
It's tough. I felt like we were turning a corner to really make a run, and I still believe we still will. With the guys in this locker room, I just wanted to be physically a part of it. I'm on the field with those guys, and 6 weeks I was down and tried to come back. And 2 weeks later, back at it again. So yeah, it's tough to try to wrap everything around my head right now. Just like everyone else coming in Monday, I thought, just banged up a little bit and we get ready for Pittsburgh. But yesterday was a different story. It could have been any one of those hits. At the time, like I said, I was, of course, feeling something, but in the midst of a game and with everything going on, I was just trying to lock in on the next play to try to get the victory.
All right, senior NFL insider Adam Schefter with us now. Okay, Adam, there's obviously a big hole there in Cleveland. What more can you tell us about the Browns' plan at quarterback moving forward?
Christine, the Browns head coach Kevin Stefanski told reporters a short time ago that Dorian Thompson-Robinson, the rookie fifth-round pick, is expected to start Sunday's game against the Pittsburgh Steelers. He's been the backup for the better part of the season. And the last time he started for Deshaun Watson, he found out that he was starting about 90 minutes before the game. The Browns didn't have the necessary prep time that they would like for a rookie quarterback, whereas now they'll have all week to get the rookie ready. And that is the plan with P.J. Walker as the backup. The general manager, Andrew Berry, said that the team does plan to add a third quarterback. I would look at that as a practice squad type of quarterback, not some big name that's going to come in and help the Browns save their season. They're counting on Dorian Thompson-Robinson and P.J. Walker to be the guys that have to step up, man up in place of Deshaun Watson, who will not be back until the start of next season.
Yeah, very tough news. Watson coming off arguably his best game in a Browns uniform, that one against the Ravens on Sunday. The Browns and DTR have the Steelers this Sunday. Adam Schefter with the latest will be back later in the show. As one may imagine, Cleveland's odds to win the division have dropped pretty significantly in the wake of the Deshaun Watson news. They're now the longest shot in the division. However, Cleveland remains favored in this weekend's matchup with Pittsburgh, while ESPN Analytics called a near 50-50 toss-up.
All right, quarterback change, nothing new for this man. NFL analyst Andrew Hawkins. For this man in that uniform, you played for Cleveland. And I just asked you, when you were getting ready, 6 or 7 different quarterbacks that you played with. So mid-season change, nothing new. How do you see the rest of this season playing out for this franchise?
Look, the Cleveland Browns were a contender because of what this defense for the Cleveland Browns brought to the table. We've seen them in moments where Deshaun Watson has been absent, still being able to compete. But they felt like they were contenders because if they were able to get to as close to that old Deshaun Watson as possible, like we've seen in some of these recent moments, they'd have a chance to be Lombardi. Now, going forward, the onus is even more on the defense. And again, we've seen them compete. We've seen them keep posting games. It all comes down to what DTR and P.J. Walker potentially can do with that position. Can they mitigate the turnovers? Can they do enough to keep their team in the games in late moments, finish and close games, which we've seen them struggle with at certain times throughout the season?
2 wins for Walker in a backup capacity now. Beat the Colts, beat the Niners. The numbers, though, aren't good. 1 touchdown pass against 5 interceptions. It's Andrew Hawkins making a small in the sports. I mean, you look at the financial impact here. Since Deshaun Watson signed his 5-year, fully guaranteed $230 million contract with the Browns, he played in 12 games. He's collected $92 million. It's about $8 million per game played. And that's just the start. Watson's on the books for 3 more years, in which he has a cap hit of nearly $64 million a season.
All right, over to the association we go. We have a potential Eastern Conference Finals preview in the association tonight. Let's dive into it. The Celtics and 76ers, both currently with an 8-2 record this season, tied for the best in the East. Whoever wins the matchup will match the Nuggets for the best record in the entire NBA. Now, for Boston, they've outscored their opponents by 137 points this season. That's the best of any team in the NBA. It's also their most through 10 games since their 07-08 championship team. Now, that all, despite it was the 76ers that came out on top when these two teams first met this season. It was 106-103, a win at home. That, my friends, is Boston's only loss in regulation so far this season. So, for more on this matchup, our guy, NBA reporter Tim Bontemps is here in Philly. Tim, we saw your story on .com about Tyrese Maxey becoming the perfect co-star to Joel Embiid. What more can you tell us about his hot start this season?
Ladies and gentlemen, December 15th.
Well, coming into this season, Christine, as you and everybody watching knows, the story around the Philadelphia 76ers was what was going to happen to James Harden, right? And as part of that, what were the Sixers going to do to make up for losing a key player and the guy who led the league in assists last year? What they've done is give the ball to Tyrese Maxey and let him cook. And the results have been really, really impressive. Maxey's averaging 28 points and 7 assists a game. And more importantly, Christine, he has developed already into a guy that 10 games into the season looks like a surefire all-star in February, something he has not done yet in his career. Looks like a guy that will be signing a max contract next summer. And it is a guy that, most importantly for the Sixers going forward, as you said, is a guy that perfectly slots in next to Joel Embiid. And for a team that coming into this season was wondering how they're going to convince Embiid, the league's reigning MVP, to want to be in Philadelphia long-term, to see a championship vision for this franchise, the fact that they've got a rising young star guard who can score 50 points in a game and fit seamlessly next to him on the court, there is not a better sales pitch that the Sixers could have than that, especially when they've got a couple max salary slots available in the next summer as well.
Yeah, No Harden, no problem so far. You mentioned it, Maxey dropped 25 against the Celtics last Wednesday. He's averaging just over 28 points per game. Now, on the other side, Kristaps Porzingis and Jaylen Brown are both questionable for tonight. What more can you tell us about how the Celtics are preparing to potentially not have them in the matchup?
Well, Jaylen Brown is questionable, as he said. Non-COVID illness for Jaylen. He was not at shoot-around here at Wells Fargo Center this morning. We'll see how he feels later today and if he is able to go. As for Kristaps Porzingis, he was here at shoot-around, but said he was pretty limited with a right knee contusion that he suffered in Monday's game against Knicks. He had a pretty healthy bruise on his knee. Said he had a play where Julius Randle drove into him and they banged knees. And he said his availability for tonight's game would depend on how that knee loosens up throughout the day. But whether Kristaps Porzingis is on the court or not, Christine, I think you can expect to see some more of Drew Holiday guarding Joel Embiid. Something, as you said, in that game last Wednesday, we saw a lot of Drew Holiday guarding Joel Embiid, something the Celtics had some success with. Drew said this morning he thought that matchup went pretty well, and I think we'll get another dose of it tonight. Again, whether Porzingis is in the lineup at center or whether the Celtics are starting Al Horford in his place instead.
Yep, 76ers took the win a week ago. We'll see how things play out tonight. Thanks, Tim. Randy has more.
I do, and I have 11-year vet Austin Rivers checking in from L.A. with more on this matchup. In Austin, both teams are 8-2, so it's been an impressive 10-game run into the season. But who's been more impressive in your eyes?
I think that team has to be the 76ers. I mean, when we talk about the 76ers, this is a team that everybody pretty much tried to write off as soon as that James Harden trade happened. People did not expect a lot. And my guy right here, Tyrese Maxey, my goodness, has he been impressive. He's playing at an all-star level. And if you're a 76 fan, you know, this has to be encouraging, just due to the fact that it's going to give everything that Joel Embiid needs probably just to stay and want to be in Philly long term. We talk about Jamal Murray and Jokic all the time. Has maybe Joel Embiid found his Jamal Murray? I think so. Tyrese Maxey's now getting those touches. He's now getting those reps and looks to now be a star-level guard, and he's performing. And you're getting a lot of good play by all the surrounding supporting cast with the 76ers. They've been really impressive, and, you know, this is a team that I'm going to look forward to continue to watch as the season goes on.
All right, it's a rematch from a Sixers win back on November 8th. In that one, Jason Tatum held to a season-low 16 points. More from Austin coming up later on SportsCenter. Still ahead for us, we're going to lock him in, or at least he is, Marcus Spears. Which of these teams is Swagoo making a playoff lock? Plus, this moment of hurt is motivation for the Eagles star QB. But that motivation does hurt, and Adam Schefter has an update on Jalen Hurts and his knee issue ahead of a visit to KC. And the show must go on. Jeff Passan with the latest on where Shohei Ohtani could land in free agency. I was going to say, I'm going to keep you between me and the camera. That's what the people want. That's what the camera wants. Yeah, I'm just going to run around. I'm just going to move around. Keep the scene on camera.
I have moderate to severe plaque psoriasis. Thanks to Skyrizi, I'm playing with clearer skin. 3 out of 4 people achieve 90% clear skin at 4 months. And Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms, had a vaccine, or plan to.
With Skyrizi, nothing on my skin means everything. Ask your dermatologist about Skyrizi. Learn how AbbVie can help you save.
Hey, Brad, you know how Nationwide is more than an insurance company?
Oh, yeah. They're one of America's largest financial services companies.
Can we get that in a song like business, like retirement?
Or Nationwide's there to protect.
Maybe leave the songs to me.
But I'm the one with 3 Grammys.
I'm kind of the jingle guy.
I'm not sure I agree with that.
Well, I'm not sure I like your hat.
They would never fit on you.
Wow. When it comes to Nature Valley, which camp are you in? Oats and honey? Or everything bagel? Nature Valley makes an everything bagel bar? Introducing Nature Valley Savory Nut Crunch Bars. Available in 3 new flavors like everything bagel.
This is a good burger from Arby's. A good strawberry shake from Arby's. Good crinkle fries from Arby's.
Is this a collab for Good Burger too?
Quiet, you. Arby's, we have the meat.
We got this covered. Good.
You are just a brute.
Are you about to tell me something that will make me angry? Let's hope not.
Napoleon, rated R, Thanksgiving.
So when you're inside a role, do you destroy who you are?
No, you reach into yourself. You find yourself.
British in it. At Macy's, the fragrance destination.
Domino's new pepperoni stuffed cheesy bread is the best thing since bacon and jalapeno stuffed cheesy bread, which was the best thing since original stuffed cheesy bread. Get Domino's new pepperoni stuffed cheesy bread or any other 2 or more mix and match items for just $6.99 each at Domino's.
It's a good day to start something new. To brush away gray in 5 easy minutes. To put yourself out there and always put your best face forward. Just for men, mustache, and beard.
Let's get you cleaned up before Mom gets home.
That'll work. Dentistix cleans so you can get closer.
Who are you texting? Your boyfriend? No, I'm shopping for a car on CarMax. Oh, a car?
Are you sure you can afford this? That's a big purchase.
Relax. I got pre-qualified and shopped by my monthly budget, so I know it's a good decision. Unlike Jenny's new piercing.
Get pre-qualified, shop within your budget. CarMax.
Attention Walmart shoppers, here's some straight talk for you. Use your loved ones to save money on wireless. So, you ready to commit to 2 lines to save cash? Have you ever saved your parents anything? No. Congratulations on your future savings. What's important in life? Family and saving money, right? And not necessarily in that order.
More lines mean more savings with Straight Talk. Just $25 a line for unlimited data, all on nationwide 5G. Straight Talk Wireless, available at Walmart.
I'm Swiss Beats. My son Nassan was set up to explore different car cultures across the globe. Oh, yeah, bro. My drive is about family, love, community. That passion never stops. We ain't had this in the Bronx. You guys saved our lives. Make sure my seatbelt is tight.
Not just the slide shower on Double Dare as a television segment swept the country quite like Lock 'em In.
We got people bringing out fries delivered as we speak. For Lock 'em In, drum roll. The Miami Dolphins. They hear me. See this First of all, I want you to stop touching the hair. That's number one. You see the wear and tear, Jay? Yes. That's from me knocking people upside the head when I was playing. This is my own help. You know what I don't say? Yes, he's Lock 'em In, Jay.
All right, time for that aforementioned fan favorite segment that is sweeping the country, that has swept the country, and now it's coming back around. Lock 'em in. Marcus Spears, not here, but still here to do the honors, each week choosing one team to lock into a playoff spot. All right, Marcus, what team are you locking in today?
Well, first of all, Randy, welcome. Welcome to my lair, to my segment, to things that they do for me at this network that we work at. This is Lock 'em In with the Goop, okay? Let me get to it, man, because we got work to do, but it's good to see you, brother.
Good to see you.
I'm locking in the Cleveland Browns. This is for you!
I've always wanted to do this. Now I get to showcase the lid. I get to showcase this pristine helmet, not nicked up like the one that you wore back in the day. Now you are going with, and we gave you so many off ramps today with this Deshaun Watson news. You are going to stick with the dog pound.
Yes, sir. One of the strengths of this segment, Rand, is conviction. Okay, and I'm not going to let a rock the boat make everybody leave off and get life rafts. The Cleveland Browns defense is the best defense in the league. I think at the quarterback position, you just need to manage games and get them to the fourth quarter and let 95 Myles Garrett and the rest of this defense take care of the later work in games, as we saw last week against Baltimore. Remember this, too. P.J. Walker has played. He started one game and played a bulk of one game, and they both are wins in the win column. They beat Indianapolis, and I think it was Baltimore. Not Baltimore. I can't recollect the game, but he had 2 starts in this season where he was able to get the win as the game went down the stretch. Did he play great? No.
Is he going to light the world on fire? Probably not. I think he has the ability to make a couple plays and a couple throws as long as he keeps this team out of harm's way without turning the football over, which could be an issue. But if he does that, manage games, take care of the football, this defense will take care of the rest. Because the reason why, I want to reiterate this to everybody, even with the devastation of Deshaun Watson being lost for the rest of the season, the reason why we all thought that the Cleveland Browns could actually make it to the playoffs and potentially make a run was because of this defense. And they ain't went nowhere, Randy. Yeah. So I'm keeping the Cleveland Browns. That's my lock 'em in.
Well, listen, that defense is 30 yards better than the next best team in terms of yards allowed. So Cleveland, number one, and then there's a sizable gap, and they're fifth in the NFL in sacks. And then you get to the fourth quarter, if you have a lead, they suffocate you. They're second in the league in rush yards per game. And the team that escapes the mind right now is the San Francisco 49ers. So P.J. Walker comes in,
49ers
beats an NFC contender and beats the Colts and does it in different ways, right? That Colts game was a shootout, and the game against San Francisco was a little bit more of a boa constrictor type situation. Whether it's Dorian Thompson-Robinson, whether it's P.J. Walker, you still believe in the defense that it's now going to have so much more asked of it. But maybe that could free up the defense, right? Like when the defense comes into a game knowing, hey, boys, we need 15 points on that board or less, or else we don't have a shot. Is there some clarity there for the defense?
Yeah, it's some clarity, but also, Randy, like it was clarity before that. This offense wasn't lighting the world on fire. Newsflash for everybody. Like they had to make play. The Baltimore game was won by this defense by a pick six late in the game. Deshaun had a really good second half when it comes to managing the game and taking care of the football, but they haven't been explosive offensively. The most explosive thing has been a few shots to Amari Cooper, but more importantly, the run game. The run game took a hold in the Baltimore game in the second half as well. So I think you already have a team with the defense that had the mentality that we have to win most of these games. The key for Cleveland going forward is to not turn the football over and put their defense in disadvantageous situations. The other thing is this too, Randy. When you think about how you go into the week now, whether that's DTR or whether that's PJ Walker, there's a game plan formulated for those guys now. There's no more influx about if Deshaun is going to play. Let's see how he feels on Wednesday. Let's see if we can get him to the game. It's about a plan for whatever one of those guys they're going to start. So hopefully they are in a better situation to perform on Sunday with a clear picture and an opportunity to play to their skill set as opposed to coming in and doing spot duty. The pressure is on Kevin Stefanski. The pressure is on this coaching staff offensively to manage this offense because like we know, they know that if we give our defense enough opportunities and don't put them in too much of harm's way, they'll eventually make a play or two for us to come through. It's what Pittsburgh has been doing, and now the Cleveland Browns needs to continue to adopt that philosophy.
Does it give you any cause for concern that this is the third AFC North team that you have locked in?
None whatsoever. Because first of all, it's my segment, number one. And two, I'm confident. You should look at my record and lock them in. Most of these teams that you see up here, I'm a little scared about the Saints. But most of these teams that you see up here already, they will be in the postseason.
And what we say this was about. A, his segment. B, conviction. Conviction from Swaggo. Cannot wait for next week's pick. Marcus Spears. Thank you, sir.
All right, guys, let's look ahead to next Monday, a Week 11 matchup that everyone is looking forward to. The Eagles headed to Kansas City to take on the Chiefs in a Super Bowl 57 rematch. That one was a shootout, and of course, we saw Kansas City winning the whole thing, 38-35. But, of course, the Chiefs giving us the second fewest points in the league this season. We are back with Hawk to break down the Chiefs game on Monday night. All right, Hawk, when it comes to this matchup, what matchup are you having your eye on?
Yeah, I'm looking at the Chiefs wide receivers versus the Eagles secondary. Specifically, where are the options outside of Travis Kelce for the Kansas City Chiefs? It has proved to be kind of their Achilles heel offensively and doesn't have Patrick Mahomes playing at his best because teams are able to take Travis Kelce away by double teaming him, triple teaming him. There hasn't been enough production on the outside. On the Eagles secondary, if you ask me what their fatal flaw has been at this point in the season, it would absolutely be that unit because they haven't been able to stop the passing game they're going to. Now, the difference is the Eagles have been figuring this out while collecting W's, as has the Chiefs. When you look at this matchup, That is where this game is going to be decided. The wide receivers to Chiefs and the DBs to Eagles.
So Randy just asked me this about Travis Kelce. Are you at all concerned that your tight end is on the other side of the world?
Absolutely not. I actually think it blows in his favor. Go look at Andy Reid's record after bye week because he gets his team the entire week off.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. You're right. Just on the other side of the world. See you later. Thank you.
The story gets old in the opposite direction in the Southern Hemisphere. Hey, we're not winging it. Neither's Adam Schefter. He's with us in moments with an update still ahead on Jalen Hurts' status for Monday night. And Hurts' opponent is catching questions. Travis Kelce, aforementioned, catching up with his first NFL quarterback ahead of this Super Bowl rematch.
Right now, get a free footlong at Subway. Like the new Deli Heroes. Buy 1 footlong in the app, get 1 free. That's a pretty deal. Kinda like me. Order in the Subway app today. You held the last few days. So you think Santa will like these red and green M&Ms?
I don't know. I never met the guy. He does exist.
Do exist.
This for me?
If you like squeaky toys from Chewy, it is.
Did I get anything this year?
Get daily deals on the Chewy app this holiday season. I'm still gonna eat your socks.
No, you're not.
Shop the Chewy app for gifts and deliver excitement.
Known as a passionate artist, known for loving the outdoors, known for getting everyone together. No one wants to be known for cancer, but a treatment can be. Keytruda is known to treat cancer, FDA approved for 16 types of cancer, including certain early stage cancers. One of those cancers is triple-negative breast cancer. Keytruda may be used with chemotherapy medicines as treatment before surgery, and then continued alone after surgery when you have early-stage breast cancer and are at high risk of becoming that.
Keytruda can cause your immune system to attack healthy parts of your body during or after treatment. This may be severe and lead to death. See your doctor right away if you have cough, shortness of breath, chest pain, diarrhea, severe stomach pain, severe nausea or vomiting, headache, light sensitivity, eye problems, irregular heartbeat, extreme tiredness, constipation, dizziness or headache, changes in appetite, thirst or urine, confusion, memory problems, muscle pain or weakness, fever, rash, itching, or flushing. There may be other side effects. Tell your doctor about all your medical conditions, including immune system problems. If you've had or plan to have an organ or stem cell transplant, receive chest radiation, or have a nervous system problem.
Keytruda is an immunotherapy and is also being studied in hundreds of clinical trials, exploring ways to treat even more types of cancer. It's true. Keytruda from Merck. See all the types of cancer Keytruda is known for at Keytruda.com and ask your doctor if Keytruda could be right for you.
Popeye's new sweet and spicy wings don't make sense. Marinated and tossed in a blend of chili, garlic, and ginger, as sweet as they are spicy. Speaking of flavor, order a Cajun-style turkey at your local Popeye's this holiday season.
I have moderate to severe plaque psoriasis. Thanks to SkyRizzy, I'm on my way with clearer skin. 3 out of 4 people achieved 90% clearer skin at 4 months. And SkyRizzy is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms, had a vaccine, or plan to. Nothing on my skin means everything. Ask your dermatologist about SkyRizzy. Learn how AbbVie can help you save.
There's so much at stake here.
Heisman contender Michael Penix Jr. and the undefeated Huskies continue their playoff pursuit in a road test at Doggy Stadium.
November, the pressure starts to dial up.
Washington, Oregon State, Saturday at 7:30 on ABC. It's not like the good old days.
It's not like the good old days.
It's not like the good old days.
Stop parroting everything. Instead, drink a Red Bull. Think for yourselves.
Since when do you dictate what we do?
Exactly. You're not the boss of us. Over to the people.
Oh, well, individuality often complicates things. Red Bull gives you wings.
QMGC has been absolutely instrumental in my post-military success. After doing about 8 years active duty, mission for reserve.
years, I decided that I wanted to go after that lifelong dream. Since graduating, I've gotten promoted, and I'm able to operate with confidence now because I now have the technical expertise and broader skill set with the tools that UMGC is giving me. I feel I can accomplish anything.
Learn more at umgc.edu.
Christine Williamson, Randy Scott with you at Sports Center on your Wednesday. Shohei Ohtani hit 478 in Arlington this season. 478, 5 home runs, 9 RBI, 7 games. He figures to dominate there once again this week, as the Major League Baseball owners' meetings are underway, and Ohtani's free agency figures to very much dominate baseball's beginning to the hot stove season. Senior MLB insider Jeff Passan is with us from there this afternoon. Hey, what more can you tell us about Ohtani's free agency pursuits here, Passan?
Randy, it's going to be under a shroud of secrecy because that's what Shohei Ohtani wants and what the guy who is arguably the best free agent ever to hit the market wants, he is going to get. But the number of teams that are interested in him is going to be limited by the size of his contract. We're talking about what is likely to end up as the largest contract in North American sports history, something that could be in the $500 million range. Now, teams are going to want to go a shorter term. But I think the size of the market, whether it is the Los Angeles Dodgers, the Texas Rangers, as you just mentioned, the Boston Red Sox, the Chicago Cubs, the New York Mets, a return engagement with the Angels. I mean, there are a lot of teams, even the Toronto Blue Jays could be in that really want Shohei Ohtani, despite the fact that he had elbow surgery that's going to keep him from pitching this next season. The bat, though, can carry the day. As we saw with Aaron Judge last winter, there are going to be teams, just like the San Francisco Giants were last year, that are interested in him this year.
Usual suspects there. Another Japanese star pitcher, Yoshinobu Yamamoto, entered the international posting system. He's eligible to be signed by MLB teams as a free agent. He was named the Japan Pacific League MVP twice. He's thrown 2 no-hitters. What are you hearing about where this 25-year-old right-hander, where he might land?
That, Randy, is the key number right there at 25. You just don't see players of Yoshinobu Yamamoto's quality hit the free agent market at 25 years old. And because of that, there are a dozen teams right now that are in on him. I mean, pitching is going to be the hot commodity in baseball free agency this offseason. And Yamamoto's got a fastball that runs about 95, 96, and can go up to 99, and a split-finger fastball that is as devastating as Kodai Senga's goes for. But the idea that they can get him at 25 years old, the contract's going to be for 7+ years, and the expectation in the industry is that it's going to exceed $200 million. So whether it's the Dodgers, the Yankees, the Mets, the Red Sox, the Cubs, you say all the usual suspects, well, everybody wants Yamamoto.
A reminder, tune into the 6 p.m. Sports Center tonight for the announcements of the 2 Cy Young Award winners this year. That's Jeff Passan with the very latest.
All right, we're keeping things rolling on this edition of Sports Center. Again, just hang out with you. And in this next half hour, we still got a lot to get through.
Yeah, still more baseball as well. Not technically hot stove season, but we're getting close. End of season awards being handed out. Just told you about the Cy Young Awards. Off season moves continuing to be made. That's in Milwaukee. This, though, a little south in Evanston, Illinois, is college football carrying the day. Interim coach no longer. David Braun expected to be named the school's permanent head coach. That's according to what sources are telling ESPN's Pete Thamel. Already 5 wins in his first season. Preston service after the situation with Pat Fitzgerald when Coach Fitz was fired in July amid allegations of widespread hazing within the football program.
Yep, Browns quarterback Deshaun Watson will miss the remainder of the season with a non-displaced fracture in his right shoulder. Watson suffered the injury in Sunday's win over the Ravens. Rookie Dorian Thompson-Robinson is expected to start this week against the Steelers.
All right, elsewhere in that division, Bengals wideout T. Higgins is going to miss tomorrow night's AFC North showdown against the Ravens with a hamstring injury. Remember, he suffered the injury last Wednesday in practice. He was forced to miss Sunday's loss to the Texans. Defensive end Sam Hubbard has also been ruled out.
Yep, been a rematch of last season's Super Bowl on tap this week when the Chiefs host the Eagles on Monday Night Football. Philly is coming off its bye week and hoping the time off translates to a healthier quarterback. Jalen Hurts has been nursing a bone bruise in his left knee the previous 5 games. We got Adam Schefter back with us. Now, Adam, we know that Jalen Hurts has been dealing with that knee injury. What are you hearing about how he's feeling ahead of their matchup with the Chiefs on Monday Night Football?
Well, the good thing here, Christine, is that he had the bye week to rest it, not play on it, not injure it any further. Clearly, he has not been himself. You can see it's affecting him. You can see the way he looks on the field and the way he feels about it. He's been hobbled, but he's been out there. He's been producing. He's been making plays the way that Jalen Hurts does. And that extra week of rest, of staying off it, will allow him to be healthier going into Monday night's game against the Kansas City Chiefs. He's been dealing with this knee for the past several weeks now, but obviously a week of rest certainly helps him going into Monday night's game against the Chiefs. As for the Bears quarterback, Justin Fields, the Bears head coach Matt Eberflus said today that he's progressing well, and he is planning to start him on Sunday against the Detroit Lions. So Fields will be back after missing 4 games due to that thumb injury, and he's had a better grip of the football in practice. They like what they're seeing, and barring any setbacks, he is tracking to play against the Lions on Sunday as the Bears want to take a good long look at Justin Fields the rest of the season.
Yep, he'll be facing a Lions team that has given up 30 points per game since week 7, which is the most in the NFL. Adam Schefter with the latest. Thank you. Week 11 in the NFL starts tomorrow, and there's more than a few games worth keeping your eye on. Maybe the biggest game of the week is on Monday night, a Super Bowl rematch between the Eagles and the Chiefs. So this will be the 9th Super Bowl rematch. In the following season, the defending champs hold a 6-2 edge in prior meetings. But before that, Week 11 starts with the Bengals and Ravens. That's tomorrow night. Cincinnati has lost an incredible 13 straight road primetime games dating back to 2013. It's the longest drought by any team since the merger in 1970. Also in the AFC North, the Steelers and Browns. Cleveland will, of course, be without Deshaun Watson and have already seen their playoff chances drop from 80% all the way down to 63%, according to ESPN Analytics. And the surging Raiders will face the rested Dolphins, who are coming off their bye week. Miami has won 16 of their last 21 meetings against the Raiders and are unbeaten at home so far this season. Miami's head coach spoke earlier today. It's new on SportsCenter.
Is he the type of guy that you'd be able to put back in his typical workload, or would you have to ease him back in?
What kind of money do you have in fantasy football? This seems strategic as well, as I continue to stare in this crystal ball that's not telling me anything. I do know that he really wants to play. He's shown that.
All right, so you heard about the rich getting richer. This is the fast getting faster for Miami. We're back with a man who's plenty fast as well, Andrew Hawkins. Miami comfortably in first place in that division, and Tua Tagovailoa has been a big reason, playing at a high level. What have you seen from him this year?
What I've seen from Tua is his ability to play into his strength, which is anticipation, his ability to process very quickly, and his accuracy. And also, kudos to Mike McDaniel for the way that he's constructed this offense around Tua's strength. When you watch him, he's very decisive. The part where he's made the biggest leap is trusting the concept and his anticipation. He is throwing guys open. You are seeing these receivers who are incredibly fast get even faster because of the pre-snap motions they use, the formations, and again, just perfect the way that they play to their own strengths and the things that make them unique as an offense.
Antonio Pierce's defense in a big test. The Dolphins have the highest scoring offense in the league, 31.7 points per game. That's Andrew Hawkins with us.
The snap, the swing of the right leg, the kick is up, and the kick is good. The clock hits 0, and the Texans celebrate. They have defeated the Bengals by the final score of 30-27.
Kick is on the way, and it is good. And the Browns have come back to beat the Ravens 33-31 as Cleveland gets its first lead of the day on the final play of the day.
All right, we're back to talk both the Bengals and the Ravens coming off of a short week. The Ravens got back to the Bengals in week 2. It is now week 11. So what do you need to see from the Bengals tomorrow in order to see them win this matchup?
This is an old-fashioned AFC North matchup. And with that, the Bengals need to drill into the old-fashioned way of football. They have to be able to run the football, and they have to be able to stop the rushing game of the Baltimore Ravens. When you looked at last week, they're still getting incredible production out of Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase in that connection. But beyond that in the offense, there hasn't been a single part that has been super dependable, specifically in the running game, and Joe Mixon getting him going, eating more clock. And then on the other side, if they cannot stop the Ravens' offensive rushing attack, it is going to be a long night for them. That is where this whole offense starts. That's where all the passing concepts, the deep shots, and all the versatility that they're able to get in the passing game comes from. They have to start there, and then that'll put them in the situation that they need to be in.
Okay, so the Bengals 4-5 this season. It is a must-win game for them.
It is a must-win game. They've been in this scenario before in the last 2 years, and it's ended with them in the AFC Championship. The difference is the AFC North is as competitive as it's been since we can remember. These are all good teams, all vying for playoff spots. And if they drop this one, it can start to feel a little late early.
Yeah. Bengals OC Brian Callahan said it feels like a playoff game in November, so it should be a very good one.
All right, ahead in moments before Travis Kelce takes the field against the Eagles. He's going to catch up with Alex Smith, his first NFL quarterback, while he's looking back to look forward.
When you order Domino's online, we'll give you a free pizza to use in the future. Sorry, Dad. So you'll have an emergency pizza. A free pizza when you need it most. Only at Domino's.
Fairlife Chocolate Ultra Filtered Milk brightens all your holiday traditions. With 50% more protein, 50% less sugar, and a delicious taste, Fairlife makes any moment magical. Fairlife.
I have moderate to severe plaque psoriasis. Thanks to Skyrizi, I'm playing with clearer skin. 3 out of 4 people achieve 90% clear skin at 4 months, and Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms, had a vaccine, or plan to.
With Skyrizi, nothing on my skin means everything. Ask your dermatologist about Skyrizi. Learn how AbbVie can help you save.
James, famously smooth whiskey from a famously big family. So big that he'll stay here and be one of us. You see, he's nearly as smooth as our whiskey. For him, long turns usually turn out all right. Even when he shows up uninvited, it's never empty-handed. And he only ever drinks smooth Jameson whiskey. Surely he must be part of the family. Must be a James.
50 years with my best friend.
Quick! The quicker picker up. Bounty absorbs spills like a sponge and is 2 times more absorbent, so you can use less. Bounty, the quicker picker up.
This holiday season, give your family the gift that keeps on going.
Mario Energizer Bunny?
Energizer Ultimate Lithium. The #1 longest lasting AA battery.
BK Royal Crispy Wraps. Eat it with the meal or have it as a snack. Only $2.99. It's a hunger hack and it fits in one hand. And BK, have it your way.
Yeah, but it's just an app account. Yeah.
Hey, that's great. Who are the chefs?
Rookie mistake.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Maybe you just need to
You can go back to the well.
I'm not gonna ask her. Are you an alum here?
No, I'm married to Tim.
Ah, Shiver Me Timbo. Did he ever tell you the inner tube water polo story?
Yes, I have heard that a lot this weekend.
Hey, guys. You got married?
Where's the invite, dude? I crush at weddings.
Are you betting against the home team at the Antone's wedding?
They are so soft against the run, and their secondary's trash. Just remember to act sad when they lose.
Taco Bell is the home of the Live Moss student section. Sign up for Taco Bell rewards and vote for your favorite school. You could win free crunchy tacos and maybe even exclusive swag. Hit up the Taco Bell app and make your voice heard.
When you think horses, you think boots. You think boots, you think cowboys and cowgirls, Friday nights and $2 beers. Because it's payday, and payday means hard work, which means you're back to thinking boots. When you're thinking boots, you're thinking Ariat.
Wear by Erin Andrews, the sportswear collection for all women, is now officially licensed with more teams. Women can support their teams in fashion-forward apparel, everywhere, anywhere. Find it at fanatics.com. Officially licensed everything.
At Granger,
We know dealing with the unexpected is part of your job description. And you made a promise to keep the line running, to power through the downpour, to be the one who always gets it done. And our promise is to help you do it with professional-grade supplies for every industry, plus same-day pickup and next-day delivery on most orders. Because you can't predict the future, but with the right partner, you can be prepared for it. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Christine Williams and Randy Scott with you back on SportsCenter. New on SportsCenter, Kevin Stefanski on how he arrived.
I think with Dorian in that game, again, that was a tough spot that he was in. So I think this week, having a full week of preparation, knowing that he's going to be the starter, I think is important. Every backup will tell you, and it's the truth, they have to be ready to go after the first play, after the second play. If the starter needs a shoelace, you have to be ready to go. So he's prepared himself all season. Just felt like this was the right thing.
Starter in this case, Deshaun Watson needing far more than a shoelace in season-ending shoulder surgery. Earlier this morning, ESPN Analytics favored Cleveland in each of their next 7 games on the schedule. However, since the Watson announcement he's done for the year, they're favored in just 3 of those games. They become FPI underdogs in the remaining 4. Browns now have just a 16% chance to win the division. It was down from their near 30% chance they had this morning.
Monday Night Magic, instant classic, Super Bowl sequel, had to rematch. Run that back, each hike, dramatic. Quarterback option, Mike rush or pass it. Eagles and Chiefs, lacing up your cleats. Repeatable feet, got the fans on their feet.
Hey, you gotta love it right here.
Oh yeah, guys, Taylor Swift's 2 favorite teams are playing one another in Week 11. That's the Eagles flying to Kansas City to take on the Chiefs. And it's Super Bowl 57 rematch. We've seen a lot of Travis Kelce this season. He's fresh off a trip to Argentina where he spent time with that well-documented Eagles fan. Kelce sat down with his first quarterback, Alex Smith, to talk about what's been happening in his life lately.
Look, guys, the numbers are great. Everybody sees it coming. You know who they're going to, and it still works. How did they make that happen, Alex?
Defense played his hands back Travis Kelce. And a great over-the-shoulder catch by Kelce. Go, man! Let's just get it started, baby! Only guy you got to stop, and how is it every week? He got 12, 14 catches. Right now, this guy, that's terrifying. And if it's not,
We came in the same year. I got traded here in 2013, and we drafted you that year. Do you remember your first touchdown catch? Of course. Why shallow, baby? I remember. Are you kidding me?
Side is caught by Kelce, crossing pattern. He dives for the near front touchdown! Touchdown!
What I remember specifically is not so much the catch, it was the celebration. The dance. The dance. I don't think I'd ever seen a tight end dance. I think I might have brought a little bit more juice to the position than it initially had, for sure. It's crazy. Like, you think about where you are, man. Like, hosting SNL. You got the #1 podcast in the country. You got paparazzi, bro, following you.
I couldn't help but notice that you had a special guest watching the game.
Shout out to Taylor for pulling up. Do you have moments where you look around like, how did that get here?
1,000%. A few doors open for winning my second Super Bowl against my brother and all the magic that happened with the podcast last year. And it's been a roller coaster of just a fun ride.
I love that you brought up Jason. I know you guys are incredibly close. You guys seem to have gotten even closer with the podcast. How have you guys grown?
It's been such a unique experience. I could have never even expected to be able to do the podcast. Everybody kind of looks at us like we're 2 completely different people, and we wanted to show our unique brotherhood.
The crazy part is that I would never keep playing this damn game if it wasn't for you. It's the truth, man.
Certainly to take the field again since the Super Bowl against Jason. What's that opportunity mean to you?
You know, I've always wanted to be on the field with my brother. I had to just come and accept that it's not going to be teaming up with him. It's just going to be, we're battling like we did every single night, playing cards, every single night playing video games. And I just cherish every single time I get the opportunity to.
All right, to the college game. Michigan finally played a top 10 team last week. They ran their way to a win over Penn State. Acting head coach Sharon Moore was emotional in his post-game interview, asked about Jim Harbaugh, and today he was back at the podium talking about the Michigan versus everybody mentality. This is new on Sports.
So is it Michigan versus everybody, as your shirt says, or is it Michigan as Americans team?
A little both. Everybody that's against us is on the other side. So if America's with us, then let's go. You guys are with us. And if not, then tough. We're just going to keep doing what we're doing. I think when you're at the top, everybody's always trying to knock you down. And we feel like we've always got a target on our back, which is great. We love it. So we're just going to continue to do what we do, stay together, and just keep rolling.
All right, it's time for social scene. Yay! We're going to get a lot of handball in the show. Wow, yeah. But my squad is SL Benfica, and they're taking on Rhein Neckar Leuven. And SL Benfica's on the break here. They're in red. Here they go. Plenty of pace on the shot. Maybe too much. Goes off the crossbar, and you're like, oh, darn it. But watch the ball. Doink. Yeah, right off of the keeper. You think you're embarrassed watching it? Imagine being him. That's bad. Living it. His noggin. Just knocking it right in for a goal. It was 5-3. Maybe not tough play.
I know what he was looking at. Top 50 piece Chick-fil-A is the only fast food I personally eat. And Tyrese Maxey, he's apparently a fan. After dropping what our friend Kendrick Perkins would call a 50-piece extra crispy, he was gifted some balloons and a 50-piece Chick-fil-A chicken nugget, which is the best. I don't know if you could eat all of that.
Could we finish that together?
No, you 25?
I could eat 25.
I'll give you 40.
By my recollection, this is just the second time this has happened. Fan at the Baylor basketball game, full court putt. It's going to hit the mat, though. Look at this little hop, skip, and a jump it takes. That's dirty pool by Baylor, and it still goes in. What? For $5,000. And not trying to be Buzz Killington here, it should be worth more. Maybe double or triple that.
I agree. All right, let's go back to the association. The in-season tournament matchup between the Warriors and the Timberwolves was tense last night. 3 players were ejected from the game, including Draymond Green, after a scuffle ensued between Jaden Daniels and Klay Thompson. Now, Green put Rudy Gobert in a headlock. After review, he was given a flagrant 2 and then, as I said, ejected from the game. This isn't the first time that Green has been tossed in this early NBA season. On Saturday, he was ejected during the third quarter of the Warriors' 118-110 loss to the Cavs after pushing Donovan Mitchell as he brought up the ball.
You have to unmute yourself.
Hello, thank you so much. Yes, this is Rabbi Rothschild. Thank you so much for the opportunity to speak.
No, all we want you to do is stop harassing all the listeners and followers. Thank you.
You're welcome.
This is Rabbi Rothschild. Thank you so much for the opportunity to speak. No, all we want you to do is stop harassing all the listeners and
You're very professional. This one, she.
Let's get you cleaned up before Mom gets home.
I'm not harassing them.
That'll work. Dentist 6 cleans, so you can get closer.
Your record label is taking off, but so is your sound engineer. You need to hire. Indeed you do. Indeed Instant Match instantly delivers quality candidates matching your job description. Visit Indeed.com/hire.
This is a payday bar. It's got tons of peanuts and a caramel core that get the job done. So you can think of it as a tool to be kept here, or even here, but definitely not here. It's not a pencil, people. Payday. Get to it.
Lunch?
Yes, please.
That'll be $23.
Your ad says it's free.
It is for our economy ultimate passengers.
You paid extra. I'll just have water.
Okay, cash your card.
Oh, there it is.
Well, at AT&T, when we offer you our best iPhone deals, we guarantee it. Even on the new iPhone 15 Pro. Check it out. Made with titanium.
We do have free movies with the purchase of headphones.
I'll just use my iPhone.
Only AT&T gives everyone our best deals on any iPhone with any popular phone. Guaranteed. Get iPhone 15 Pro on us.
A good burger, 2 meal at Arby's? Is this a dream?
No, it isn't. Isn't that right? Talking strawberry shake?
Yep. Right talking hat side?
Totally real. Arby's, we have the meat.
No, Now what? You say it when getting older starts getting old. At Prudential, we think you should ask it when your birthday opens up a new chapter. Like when you realize you've got the rest of your life to look forward to. Ask, now what? Here's what. You tap into the insurance, investment, and retirement expertise of Prudential and get everything you need to help ensure the best is yet to come. Who's your rock? Speak to an advisor or visit prudential.com.
We are discovered. Good.
You are just a brute.
You're about to tell me something that will make me angry. Let's go.
Napoleon, rated R, Thanksgiving.
Popeye's new sweet and spicy wings don't make sense. Marinated and tossed in a blend of chili, garlic, and ginger, as sweet as they are spicy. Speaking of flavor, order Cajun-style turkey at your local Popeyes this holiday season.
I have moderate to severe plaque psoriasis. Thanks to Skyrizi, I'm playing with clearer skin. 3 out of 4 people achieve 90% clear skin at 4 months, and Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms, had a vaccine, or plan to.
With Skyrizi, nothing on my skin means everything. Ask your dermatologist about Skyrizi. Learn how AbbVie can help you save it.
Our way has never been just one way. Icons, mothers, teammates, first-timers, and never missed a gamers. We're the firsts until we're the legacies, the few until we're the millions, the dreamers until the dream gets done. We're not stopping anytime soon, and we're bringing the world with us. That's our way.
I searched it.
Senor Mayor, with this hour, I will make pizza world famous. And you?
Yeah, you can see towers like these in Rome, in Venice, in Florence.
But these ones round.
No, I don't know. Maybe a red will help you see it from a different slant.
Yes, I got it. We'll build it like this.
Perfecto. That gives you wings.
University of Maryland Global Campus isn't just an innovative state school. It's a school for real life, one that values the successes you've already achieved. That's why at UMGC, you can earn up to 90 credits toward a bachelor's for prior learning in life and job experience, why we offer scholarships and affordable tuition, and why we have online classes and the support you need from your first day to graduation day and beyond. For over 75 years, UMGC has helped people succeed again. What will your next success be?
The Chiefs Kingdom will raise a banner above the National Football League again. Okay, let's go. You either win or you learn. That's how I feel. Either win or you learn.
Good luck. Maybe they'll be good enough to get back. Big question mark. I have every belief they're going to be just fine.
Misunderstood what we work for. Everything is in front of me.
And the Chiefs go back to #1 right now in the AFC. Yeah, this is going to be a fun one here tonight. They'll get to the end zone. Coming in to the Magic Show.
Oh, what a lineup this weekend. We've got that Super Bowl rematch. That's on Monday Night Football. Plus, Formula One races. That's under the lights in Las Vegas. Saturday night on ESPN. But before all that, on Thursday night, Shakur Stevenson hoping to become a 3-division world titleist against Edwin de los Santos. Joe Tessitore has more on Shakur's race to the top of his sport.
At 26 years old, it seems as though Shakur Stevenson is in a career race all by himself. Or maybe he's just been faster than everyone. In just 2 years as a pro, the Olympic medalist blew by the competition and became a featherweight world champion in 2019. A year later, he moved up to junior lightweight. By 2022, he had 2 belts there at 130 pounds. Now he's the lightweight with big-name fights in his sights. The disputed 80 Paloma Showdown and the rising undefeated Frank Martin. But it seems like those star makers can see Stevenson in their rearview mirror and pulled in for a pit stop. That now leaves us with Edwin De Los Santos, who's thankfully willing to fight Stevenson if Shakur tries to become a three-division world champion.
All right, we go from top speeds to top NBA plays.
Ooh, I love that.
We got Jackson Hayes, Grizzlies, Lakers. Hayes now with LA. He's at the free throw line. We're going to miss that. That's on purpose. We had the stats. Rebound, go back. That's why you follow your shot, right? But then later in the game, that's Austin's music. Austin Reed's lobbing to Jackson Hayes, getting up for the business end of the get down there. What elevation? We got not one but two jumps. Value in that.
I think it's to the point. How about this? Sweet Hornets, final seconds of the first, Jimmy buckets. That was inside half court. He banks in the three-pointer between two defenders at the buzzer. Sinks it. You know, that's why we call him Jimmy Buckets.
That is why. Hawks and Pistons, Ashar Thompson in transition on Clint Capella. Baptized in the waters of Lake Finland, dunk on him. And he showed the maturity. He said it's just 2 points. It's just 2 points. And we're down to our second quarterback in Cleveland, Deshaun Watson. This story breaking this morning. He is done for the season. It's season-ending shoulder surgery for a non-displaced fracture in that throwing shoulder. It's the latest ailment for the shoulder, an MRI revealing what Watson apparently suffered early in Sunday's win over Baltimore. You heard from the man himself. It's Deshaun Watson on SportsCenter.
It's tough. I felt like we were turning a corner to really make a run, and I still believe we still will. With the guys in this locker room, I just wanted to be just a part of it on the field with those guys. And 6 weeks I was down and tried to come back. And 2 weeks later, I'm back at it again. So yeah, it's tough to try to wrap everything around my head right now. Just like everyone else coming in Monday, I thought just banged up a little bit. But yesterday was a different story. It could have been any one of those hits. At the time, like I said, I was of course feeling something, but in the midst of a game and with everything going on, I was just trying to lock in on the next play to try to get the victory.
How do you feel about the jacket? How do you feel about the jacket?
Well, it's a good jacket.
It's an expensive
jacket. I just would like to see Randy try to pull off a jacket like that.
I need his paycheck for that. Dorian Thompson-Robinson again is going to be the starting quarterback for the Browns this week. You got NBA Today now.
Yeah.
Steve.
Welcome to NBA Today, presented by ESPN Bet.
All together now.
Welcome to NBA Today, presented by ESPN Bet. Clearly, LL Cool J knew a little something about the in-season tournament that maybe we didn't with the theme song. The legend, the Hall of Famer, Mr. Michael Wilbon is here. Our senior writer, Zach Lowe, the newest member of our team, Austin Rivers, and the OG, Kendrick Perkins. Gentlemen, the Warriors, the Timberwolves, they punched in for their second game in 4 days last night.
Something about that in-season tournament.
It took less than 100 seconds. I mean, Kendrick Perkins, check the score here. 0-0. Watching the corner there, Klay Thompson, Jaden McDaniels. I don't know. What was he going for? A box out? Did he just go straight for the jersey ripped down?
I mean, this had to start from their last game, right? Jaden McDaniels, look, he was on Clay Hills like a pair of church socks. So, Clay was frustrated. I'm just saying last game.
Well, it wouldn't stop between Clay and Jaden McDaniels. There, watch Draymond Green and Rudy Gobert. Draymond just flies in for the
top rope.
The chokehold?
Yeah, full chokehold. That might have been a little personal. I don't know.
Well, Clay would end up being assessed 2 technical fouls and tossed out of the game. McDaniels assessed 2 technical fouls, tossed out of the game. And then Draymond Green, for his display in all of this, was assessed a flagrant 2, and he was also tossed. We needed to get the slow-mo angle here, Austin. This is what it looked like. Here is what it would sound like after the game from the perspective of Rudy Gobert after all three players were ejected.
Proud of myself for, big event again and again. Since it's been a 20 game, I was telling myself that Steph's not playing, so I know Draymond's going to try to get it.
Rudy had his hands on Clay's neck, and that's why Draymond went after Rudy. And I saw one replay right after it happened. Guys on the back of the bench were telling us that Rudy had Draymond, or had Clay, and that's why Draymond went. So that's all I know.
Let's see what else we got news here. Looks like Trevor Milton is awaiting sentencing. Caribbean really shit the bed for the Bears softer update. So right now the league is in the middle of reviewing the video, interviewing the parties involved, and I can tell you, as the league considers what to do here, before handing down a decision, they also take into account, is this an offense that has happened before? And as you can see with Draymond Green, it has happened a couple of times. So Mr. Wilbon, I would like you to put on your commissioner hat. You are Joe Dumars. If you are handing this down, do you think that Draymond will be suspended and for how many games?
Yes, he has to be suspended.
And this
The league is likely to go 3 games. I would make it 5. The league is likely to go 3. I don't see them doing anything stronger than that.
You see
Multi-game.
Even though the
2 to 3. They'll go 2 to 3.
Okay.
But this, you have to want to see this playoff series, right?
Sure.
Because this didn't start at 0-0, and it didn't start because Draymond saw Rudy's hands on Clay. That might have been a trigger, like a justification. But this goes back to last game, maybe something last year. We'll find out about it. But I hope Austin agrees with me. I hope I'm not out left.
Austin has some experience putting someone in a...
I do have a little bit. I see 3-4 game suspension here. Nobody threw any punches. Nobody got hurt. Rudy walked away fine. But this is what Draymond does. You know what I mean? He's an antagonizer. He's a guy he's an enforcer for the Warriors. He's a guy that is supposed to be the big dog. You kind of had a similar role, you know what I mean, with the Celtics, where if something were to happen, you would have to step in, and sometimes in a split second, you can maybe react a little bit stronger than you wanted to.
Let's see.
Man, listen, here's the thing. All respect to Draymond, right? Future Hall of Famer, 4-time NBA champion, 4-time All-Star, Defensive Player of the Year. His resume is longer than the holiday weekend. We got to get out there.
Okay.
The league has to make a statement because it's a problem there. And the problem is with Draymond. If you look at his history of him kicking people, of him stepping, literally hop-stepping on Sabonis last year in the postseason. Donovan Mitchell, I've never heard anyone say anything negative about Donovan Mitchell. How do you get into it with Donovan Mitchell? I'm talking about Draymond Green 2 games ago. So when I'm looking at it, I'm looking at this behavior that he's displaying time and time again. And what I was always told is no one individual that's bigger than the league itself. And the league is also supposed to protect their players. And the things that Draymond Green is doing right now on the floor, Adam Silver in the NBA has to make a statement to Draymond.
What's a statement?
A statement is 5 to 10 games.
Wow.
Because he has to learn from this. Like, this can't be tolerated. This is unacceptable. And whether or not we like Rudy Gobert as a person or whatever the case may be, he's a hell of a basketball player. He's also a Hall of Famer. And the respect level has to be there. There's no way that man should have been in a chokehold like that.
Yeah.
Nowhere in there.
Donovan Mitchell thing went at him the other day. Draymond tried to go to Ant the game before, talking all that junk at him. Ant wasn't having any of it. And Rudy verbally laid the smackdown after the game.
Yeah, called him a clown.
The tide is kind of turning here where players, they know he's a 4-time champion. He is a future Hall of Famer. He's one of the best defenders in the history of the game. He's a genius on the basketball court. The rest of the league is getting tired, and they're telling you that they're getting tired. And by the way, we're talking about Draymond. The Warriors are 6-6. They have one good win the entire season.
Steph is going to.
Steph is missing a couple games. Draymond's going to get suspended. You're talking about playoff series between these two teams. They got to start getting serious about winning some games. These last few games have been tests for them. Cleveland, Minnesota, more tough games coming up. They failed
every test.
Yeah.
Like they've got to get it together.
But also, you were in these matchups not that long ago. These were your teammates. These were your guys. You saw those matchups with Draymond Green up close. Is what Zach's saying true? The time running out on people's tolerance for this?
I feel, Minnesota also feels that they're a team, emerging in the West. They think it's their time. We've all sat back, and watched the Warriors dominate the NBA for the past decade. These young players, these young talents, J.D. McDaniels, $146 million contract. These are guys that got something to prove this year. And, last year we got knocked out the first round, swept by Denver, or we won one game. And the year before, I think they won the play-in game just to get in. Right now, they're one of the hottest teams in the NBA. And Draymond has run this thing for a long time now, where he's got into it multiple players.
Well, to piggyback on your point, and it's a great point, it's not just the Minnesota Timberwolves. It's the league overall.
Yeah.
Who are we talking about? Jason Tatum, Jason Tatum, Tyrese Maxey, Luka Doncic, Anthony Edwards. Like, these guys are not respecting the old heads no more. They're saying this is our league, SGA, right? And so that old approach, the old Warriors, the bullies, like no one is respecting that no more. They're saying, you know what? We have to win games, and you have to respect what these young boys are doing.
Kendrick, it has to be enforced. And that's when we go right back to the commissioner's office. God knows Joe Dumars was involved in more dust-ups than that. They would make that look like a featherweight dust-up with the Bad Boy Pistons and the thing. Joe, not personally, but in the frame. I don't know that the league is ready to do what you're asking. I agree with you look, if you were Adam Silver and you really wanted to send a message, Adam, the whole operation, you say to Draymond, you say to the Warriors, we're not having this anymore. And here's the number, and the number is north of 5. Do I believe that they're going to do that? I absolutely do.
Whatever the number is, you nailed it. Look, I can't psychoanalyze Draymond Green or what's going on. When you talk to people around the league today about Draymond's last week in the NBA, you hear a lot of, I wonder if they know deep down that their moment is passing them by, and this is how it's manifesting, like this raging against the dying of the light.
Sure.
But, it's a long season, we'll see, but that's you do hear people saying that.
That's the chatter, and you see the post that Draymond Green put up on his Instagram the other day after he was tossed out of the Cavaliers game, where he's talking about this is who I am, this is who I've always been. I don't really this is it right here. I'm in year 12. Stop telling me to be myself, to be Draymond Green, essentially. I'm better at being Draymond than anybody. Imagine if I told y'all how to do your job. But Austin, you have a unique perspective on this. I don't want to put you on blast here, but you were suspended, right, for 3 games last year when you got into it with, who was it, Mo Bamba? Put him in a chokehold a little bit. A light chokehold. The technical term is light chokehold. It was one of the more serious fights, though. So can you just take me inside your mindset as a player? On the outside looking in, sometimes it's hard to understand. How do you let it get to that point? You know that Steph is already out of your team. That fighting against the light that Zach was talking about.
Yeah, a lot of times a line's crossed, right? Whether it's physical contact or someone verbally says something to you, and in a moment, it happens like this, super quick, where you're not thinking about the game anymore. You're not thinking about the consequences. You're not thinking about the technical fouls, the free throw shots that have to come after. You're thinking man versus man. It's me versus him. I got to protect myself, or this guy disrespecting me in a way where I'm not thinking clearly. In Draymond's sense, we know he's a highly emotional guy. This is a guy who's had multiple instances where he's gotten into it with all Mike's players. You brought up Donovan Mitchell. There's a play where he kicked me in the stomach like 3 years ago off a closeout, and I was out, I think, for a game or 2 after that with like a ribbon. So this is a dude who gets off on doing these type of things. And, I don't know. Will something be done? I don't think so either. I really don't. I think 3-4 games is what they'll do. Same thing they did to me.
Yeah, but as a guy that was up there and leading the league in technical fouls, a guy that was about to scrap with Nene Hilario, right? We know him, and Zebo in the back. I had to go to anger management. And the last step in anger management of actually graduating out the program is admitting your faults and holding yourself accountable. Nothing about Draymond Green post said anything about accountability or remorse. He's saying, I'm going to continue to be this person and y'all gonna have to do something about it. It's right there on the wall.
It's a dare.
Yeah, I dare you to do something.
Well, the wild thing is, all that happened, I mentioned it, 100 seconds into the game. The score was 0-0. There was still a whole basketball game, still a whole in-season tournament game to be played after that whole kerfuffle erupted. So you can see Steph Curry was on the bench for this one. He's dealing with that knee injury. Steve Kerr said they got good news on the MRI, but it's expected to hold him out just a handful of games there. Okay, we got a little buzzer beater to end the third quarter. Steph says, that's usually my role. I love to see that from the young guy there. But then the Timberwolves attack, they are coming.
They're not afraid of anybody. This is their time in their belief, and their starting five has come together. Jaden McDaniels, before he got ejected, he's been looking great. There they are, and here comes Ant-Man coming for your throat.
First team all NBA right now. First.
By the way, Anthony Edwards and the backboard have a nice relationship this year, man. That guy's using the glass real well.
This one came down to the wire. Dario Saric gets that one to go there, kicking it out. Conley to Karl Anthony Towns for three. Yes, huge shot there from Cat. And then once again, Ant.
This is it. Go ahead, OJ. This is it. That's the playmaking, right? Being able to get yours and make others around you better. That's the reaction.
This is where we are now. This is what we're going to do to Austin's point about what they think of themselves.
The Timberwolves go on to win 104-101 for the first time in over 1,500 games, my friends. The Timberwolves are on a 7-game win streak. That snaps the third longest streak in NBA history between single-season 7-game streaks. So watch out. The Timberwolves,
a lot of games.
They're coming. Still to come on NBA Today, the Clippers, they are 0-5 since James Harden's debut after a loss to the champs. How high is the panic meter in Los Angeles? We discussed. Plus, there were some big performances from some smaller guys last night. You might be surprised when Big Perk ranks the best guards in the East right now. And Michael Wilbon, he hasn't been happy as a Bulls fan, particularly since MJ left. Why he wants to see their current stars moved as soon as possible. You're watching it today.
Don't eat high-quality TV. It's for good taste and brewed for balanced flavor. Make every sip hit different. When it's got to be gold, it's got to be gold.
James. Famous is whiskey, famous is so big it holds the air. Big one of us. You see, it's nearly as smooth as our whiskey. For him, wrong turns usually turn out all right. Even when he shows up uninvited, it's never again. He only ever drinks smooth Jameson whiskey. Surely he must be part of the family. Must be James.
I think we'll have to wait until people actually start getting
Narrow is no good. That's why I wear new wide-fit, hands-free Skechers slip-ins. You just step in and go with no bending down. They even go on easy sitting because wider is better. Even I could have made that. Try new wide-fit Skechers slip-ins.
3, 2, 1.
The New York Times calls the holdovers laugh out loud funny. Bravo. It's pure movie magic.
That's glaringly apparent.
The Holdovers. Rated R. Now playing in theaters everywhere.
Your shipping manager left to find themselves, leaving you lost. You need to hire. I need Indeed. Indeed you do. Indeed Instant Match instantly delivers quality candidates matching your job description. Visit Indeed.com/hire.
In the most heated game time moments, you need the whole team. All in. As your squad is 6 men, DoorDash is always there to help bring it home. Win or lose, DoorDash is there for you.
Tear down. That's probably good.
When choosing your way, forget what they say. Focus on actions. Don't follow distractions. Don't waste your time. Don't waste the day. Forget the other options and stick to plan A.
Yeah, I was speaking with someone the other day.
So you think Santa will like these red green M&Ms?
I don't know. I never met the guy. He does exist.
Do exist.
In the realm of $180,000 to $150,000, and obviously with Cybertruck having a 1 or 2 million backlog, it could be pretty tough. I mean, like, regardless of the reality of how many they're going to produce, there's definitely the perception among people that they're going to have. I think that you're right, that could put the secondary market up to.
Are you certain about the
I kind of nailed it. Are you concerned?
Are you ready to ride?
We got this. Certainty matters. For promotional products everyone will love delivered on time, visit 4imprint.com. 4imprint, for certain.
They say there's a first time for everything. In this November, Groups. It's the first time all 30 are all in 6 groups or 8 teams advance.
These teams have all the star power.
To conquer a brand new bracket. This is must-see TV in the new NBA Cup. So the question is, who's going to be first to take it? It's in-season tournament time. Kings, Spurs, and Suns, Jazz. Friday on ESPN.
NBA Today is presented by ESPN Bet, the official sports book of ESPN.
Chet Holmgren and Victor Wembanyama, 2 players that are going to change the game. Behind the back, dribble all the way in, two-hand slam, Victor Wembanyama. Holmgren throws it down.
They are talented young guys that we're going to enjoy for a lot of years.
Oklahoma City, a resounding victory.
Our fans brought the energy tonight, and it flowed right into the way we played tonight. We brought the energy and we played hard.
Like at 1:30.
This is one of the most anticipated matchups of the season, the rookie battle between Victor Wembanyama and Chet Holmgren. And guys, just look at this photo of the opening tip. It's incredible. 2 7-foot-somethings going at it. We actually had 10 in-season tournament games last night, so we're going to go coast to coast on all of the action. And let's start with the Spurs and the Thunder, because Chet and Victor, they both had a little bit of lackluster nights here. The Thunder, they won in a blowout. These teams are going to face off 3 more times this season. So Zach Lowe, how much is winning a factor when it comes to the rookie here?
Typically less than other awards because most big rookies go to bad teams, but I think in this case, it's going to matter if Oklahoma City finishes way ahead of the Spurs. And OKC is damn good. There is nothing anybody can do with SGA right now.
Absolutely not. You're going to consider that when you're making your selection, potentially?
No comment on my ballot priority.
Not yet. You said not until the new year. All right. The Mavs and the Pelicans for their second in a row. New Orleans set a franchise record 46 fast break points here, the most by any team since 2019. This snapped a 5-game losing streak. And before the game, Zion said he was, quote, taking a back seat and trusting the process. But this ain't Philadelphia. So, Austin, what do you think of that?
It's about time. I mean, this is what we want to see. We want to see this guy on the court. We've all, as fans and admirers of Zion Williams, been frustrated with him not playing, not listening. He hasn't been in shape. We want to see this guy play. We want to see him continue to dominate because when he's on the court, he's special.
He absolutely is. And, hey, don't look now, but the Heat, they are streaking. Jimmy Butler dropped 32 to win their 6th straight game. The last 3 came without Tyler Hero. He has an ankle sprain, but Bam and Jimmy, they look great. Move on. Is another star needed in South Beach?
Well, to get Hero back, we do this every year.
I know.
It's always needed until you get to late April. And then, so if you get Hero back and you develop as opposed to acquire, Tiny Yakin's rookie, you got enough minutes, shooting 50% from the field right now.
Maybe when they get healthy, maybe they got it. Meanwhile, the Pacers and the Sixers also the second straight game. These matchups have been all about the Tyrese's, right? Maxey at 50 on Sunday, but it was Tyrese Halliburton who was the man last night. 33 points, 15 assists in a win over the #1 team in the NBA. Indiana is now the surprise leader in East Group A for the in-season tournament with wins over Cleveland and Philadelphia here. But take a look at this. That is back-to-back games with at least 25 points.
Every single person I know used referral credits to buy their tickets via the referral program. Me personally, I've actually never been directly invited to a Tesla event. I only went as a +1 once. So this will be the first time I've actually had a direct invite. And I only got it through the referral program. So I think the outcome is pretty fair.
Yeah, and I think the referral invite too, but it's they actually yeah, I mean, it's so bad. But yeah, I think
I must crank it off. I'm standing on business. Bam! Put it up there. Jimmy Butler. I wish I would have had a better picture. And I know some would say he is a small forward. He's a shooting guard to me. And I know he's only averaging 20 points. But the fact of the matter is the Heat are in the top 6 in the Eastern Conference. Your team has to be winning in order to make my list. So you have to be doing it on the individual basis and the team basis. Austin, I'm putting you to the test. I already don't like your attitude because you were trying to correct me. Let's get it straight right now. You got a chance to redeem yourself. Run it. Bam! Oh, man.
We're gonna have to work on that.
DeJounte Murray.
Oh, my goodness.
Some would say Trey Young, but he has been Mr. Consistent. The Hawks are top 6 in the Eastern Conference. Right now, this man is averaging 22 points, shooting over 55% from the field, and he has been delivering in great fashion on both ends of the floor.
Austin's face tells me everything I need to know about where
it ain't telling you much. It ain't telling you much because it's all about my face, because it's all about my list. Coming in at number 3, Malika, show him how to give me the
Ready?
That's right.
All right. Bam!
There you go. There you go. Drew Holiday. And I know, listen, I get it. Y'all would say the numbers are not there, but I just want to talk about the impact and what he's bringing on the floor. This is a guy that don't need a lot of shots. He don't need the ball in his hands a lot to have an impact on winning. This is why we said a lot of people got the Celtics winning. Why? Because they got Drew Holiday in the trade. And he has been nothing short of amazing. And again, before you say something.
No, go ahead.
This is my list, and your team has to be winning.
My job, though, just on this set, is to check in on the well-being of our analysts, and I don't know that Austin, as this list has been taken down, is doing too well.
Yeah, but I feel sorry for his loss.
Austin,
Because
are you
put
doing
the camera
okay?
back on me. This is my list. Now, Austin, I'm going to give you a chance to get your lick back. Give me some energy. Give me some energy. Here we go. Bam! I like it. It was smooth. Yeah, all the juices and beers and Tyrese Halliburton. You know why? Because last night showed me something.
Now we're talking about
After getting the 50-piece dropped on him, he bounced back in great fashion, and he went right back at Tyrese Maxey last night. Listen, he is the engine to this Indiana Pacer team. He makes it go. Not only can he go get a bucket himself, averaging 24 points, but he's issuing out 12 dimes. And you know who I got at number 1. Malik, you want another shot?
I got it.
Nah, I'm being selfish today. Bam! Tyrese Maxey. Tyrese Maxey. Move over, James Harden. Let this young man shine, and he's been doing just that. 28, 6, and 8 is what he's averaging right now. And look, we could put him in the conversation as far as already making an all-NBA team. And I know it's early, but this dude has been spectacular. Doing what he do and making Embiid better. People thought, oh, James Harden left the duo. James is setting up Embiid. Tyrese Maxey is doing just the same. So again, this is my list. And not only do you have to be producing on an individual basis, but your team has to be winning.
So no Jalen Brunson on this list.
No
Jalen Brown, the highest paid player.
Jalen Brown.
No Dame Lillard. How you feeling about it, Austin?
I got a list of my own. It's a little bit, in my eyes, I think it's better than this. This is my list. First off, let's never, ever, ever forget Dame time. The most clutch player in the NBA, Damian Lillard. I know he's off to a shaky start in Milwaukee.
Yeah.
But he's still that guy. Let's not forget. You cannot forget Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah, I can.
No way. He's one of the best guards in the NBA. And you notice Jimmy Butler is not on my list because he is not a guard. He is a small forward. Well, everyone says that because that's the position he has played. Tyrese Halliburton, I like that pick. You got DeJounte Murray. I like him as a player, but he's not the best guard in this team. The best guard in this team is the guy with the ball in his hands all game. That is Trey Young. And to round my list out, yes, sir, I got the young, young Maxey, man.
But Malik, let me teach you fellas something. He's new to this whole list thing. It's not about what you did in the past. It's about the now. And you have to stand on business about the now. This is the now right here. The perfect list, the now.
This is the perfect list, according to Perk. Yeah. This is Austin's list.
The now.
You can decide which one do you think is closer to the list of reality, the list of record as it should be. Pretty interesting. Got some things to think about. I think we need to take a break so we can get Perk a little towel. He got warmed up doing it. Still to come on NBA Today. Draymond Green's punishment for his chokehold of Rudy Gobert is expected to be handed down soon. Our Adrian Wojnarowski, he joins us with more details on what is to come. And the hard times they continued last night in Denver for the Clippers. But Zach, I'm hearing maybe you saw some glimpses of something good from LA. We're going to take a look at the tape. Plus, tonight is the first time we could see Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, and Bradley Beal share the court in Phoenix. Could this be the start of their championship run? Our researcher, Schwartz, he certainly thinks so. You're watching NBA Today.
Gold Peak's high-quality tea leaves, picked for peak taste, and brewed for balanced flavor. Make every sip hit different. When it's got to be gold, it's got to be Gold Peak. Care Counts by Whirlpool has helped thousands of kids stay in school by installing washers and dryers for students in need. Learn more at whirlpool.com.
Liquid IV powdered hydration. Now it's sugar-free. Scientifically formulated to deliver 3 times the electrolytes of a leading sports drink. Packed with flavor and 0 artificial sweeteners. Liquid IV. Now it's sugar-free.
Vicks VapoStick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks vapors. Easy to apply for the whole family. Vicks VapoStick and try Vapo Shower for steamy Vicks vapors.
Loose batteries clutter up your house? And why is it so hard to find the right size? What you need is the Battery Daddy storage system. The new compact way to organize, store, and protect all your batteries. Battery Daddy stores all types of different batteries, even coin size. The unique design groups them for easy selection. And it packs 180 batteries. Plus, the clear locking lid lets you see everything in a glance. Get your Battery Daddy online or at these fine retailers.
Always about us, baby.
For those ready to leave the pavement behind, your journey begins now. Introducing the Electric XP, an all-terrain e-bike designed to take you off-road and into the rugged unknown. Tested to the highest safety standards and outfitted with top-of-the-line components. X-Peak is well equipped to take you to new heights, new sights, and a whole lot of adventure. Visit electricebikes.com.
BK Royal Crispy Wraps. Eat it with the meal or have it as a snack. Only $2.99. It's a hunger hack and it fits in one hand. Have it your way.
University of Maryland Global Campus is a school for real life, one that values the successes you've already achieved. Earn up to 90 undergraduate credits for relevant experience, and get the support you need from your first day to graduation day and beyond. What will your next success be?
Welcome back to NBA Today, presented by ESPN Bet.
The Clippers still searching for the first win since Harden made his debut. It would not be easy in the Mile High City. Business casual and PJ casual. James Harden, though, looked a little bit better.
He did. He was aggressive attacking the basket. It seems like his decision-making was a little bit quicker last night. It's going to take time. You got 4 ball-dominant guys on one team, but it seemed like James last night was a little bit more comfortable.
James taking on the 2-time MVP, Nikola Jokic. Harden at 21 points, his first 20-point game as a Clipper, but in the fourth quarter, the Clippers at 5 here. Zubac's on the bench, remember. Jokic, I mean, this is where he just takes it.
This is that small ball. We tried this in Houston. It didn't work out well then, and it did not work out well last night. You're going to need someone bigger than Paul George and Leonard guard Jokic.
Jokic, once again, just going to work. Gets his own rebound, puts it back in. Nuggets tie it at 102 here. Jokic at 32 points, 16 rebounds, 9 assists. The next possession here, Nuggets take the lead thanks to that Aaron Gordon getting it down low, scoring on that one. And then 26.3 to play here. Well, the Clippers, they have another chance. Paul George, he goes for it, gets that one to go. Zach is signaling that it was a travel, but 3-point game at this point. Once again, Paul George, he goes for it, but the wedgie. George had a game-high 35 points.
Brilliant.
After the Nuggets free throws, the Clippers down 3, and this would do it. Nuggets win 111-108. So back here with our resident big man, Kendrick Perkins. I know you had some thoughts here on how this one went down.
Oh, absolutely. And you know how I feel about Ty Lue. I feel like he's one of the best coaches in the game of basketball. But Malika, Jokic was 8 for 23. No Jamal Murray yesterday. And he took Big Zubac out and subbed him out with 4:48 left in the third. Now, let me remind y'all, when Zubac was guarding Jokic last night, Jokic was 2 for 10 when Zubac was guarding him. Last night, when he took Zubac out, 4 out of the 17 points in the paint, 1 of 6 outside the paint. Jokic was 2 for 10 again.
14 to 17 from the
And I got some clips, you know what I mean? I watched the game, but I need to show the world these clips. Now, check this out. I understand T. Lue going small, but check this out. You know what Jokic is going to do? I got Paul George on me. He's 220 pounds. I'm 284. Watch this. Tomato chest, quick spin. Oh, I don't make it. Here you go, rebound. I'm back up with it. I'm too big in here. This is how I do my sons in the driveway. Okay, you bring the double. Okay, Jokic, we know he's the best passing big ever. So what do we do? Look, eyes at the rim. Look what Aaron Gordon doing. I'm going to stay in the paint because nobody can stop me. Look, I'm so lit. I'm going to just give you a dunk. Aaron Gordon, I believe, had 8 points in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
And I mean, they just destroyed the Clippers in the paint last night. And I really was mad at T. Lue for taking Big Zubac out. Because Jokic is the problem.
Yeah, and look at the shot chart. The shot chart backs up your point. And this is with Mason Plumlee out for the Clippers, right? They really don't have a true backup center. Our Adrian Wojnarowski reported that after Daniel Tice is agreeing to a buyout, right, that they are interested. The Clippers are going to be pursuing Tice to, again, shore up that backup center position. But they showed flashes, right? Last night you played with James Harden. This is an adjustment for them. What did you see that was potentially encouraging? How difficult is it to gel with him?
It seemed like there's a little bit more chemistry in terms of spacing. That was the biggest thing I noticed last night is James had a little bit better spacing about him. Russell, I saw minutes were staggered a little bit better in terms of having Russell his own time and James having his own time to be themselves. It's one of those things when playing with James, you have to understand he's a very, very ball-dominant guy. So you have to be, exactly. So you know, you can go 5-10 possessions without touching the ball. You got to be ready to shoot a grenade, maybe even if don't shoot. You know what I mean? It's not for everyone. But if you can understand how he plays, the spots he likes to, pass the ball, he wants those assists. He wants quick, shoot-ready guys. He doesn't really have a lot of those around him, other than really Norman Powell. He does it consistently. So we'll see how this works long term.
But even if James we know the four of them are going to interact better. We know that. But this size thing, this fascination with small ball needs to stop. To go back to your point. When Zubac went out, I was wondering, did he tweak something? Did he have an ankle? Why is T. Lue, who I love too? Going back to Zubac in this situation, look, part of the Warriors' problem is small ball. Stop the small ball. And you cannot have this against the best player in the world. It is not going to work. I'm not sure that the jury's not back in on small ball, period. You got too many bigs, there are too many wing players at 6'9" and 6'10" who can play the entire floor. That small ball is just not going to be effective. And the Clippers are going to have to find that out maybe the hard way.
The strategy hinges on producing structural platforms to
Well, look, there's Jokic and then there's everybody else, right? You can't do the Jokic will render a lot of what you try to do irrelevant because he's just too good. I mean, that clip of him backing down James Harden, like, it's nice that you're here, little guy. But look, the Clippers for the first time looked like a basketball team that cared last night, and that's the first step towards righting the ship. They did not walk around on offense, which is what Tyler had said they were doing before. They actually moved fast and with purpose, and a couple of encouraging signs on the tape if we want to get to it. It's still lost, but look, Kawhi's got the ball. Hey, what can I do? I can step up into a screen right away for James Harden. I get a mismatch with Christian Brown. James Harden wastes no time. Two-man game with PJ Tucker. That's the kind of chemistry they're going to have. Improvise, go fast. Look at the shot clock. 19 on the shot clock. How about we start the possession right now when the defense is backpedaling? Easy pass, another easy pass, a cut, a backdoor cut. They did stuff with purpose. The way Kawhi ran into that screen for James Harden without scripting it, without planning it, that's a way for the two of them to interact while the ball is still in James Harden's hands. So Kawhi's still a threat. He's got a good matchup. They didn't go to it, but he had a good matchup with Christian Brown. He's not just sitting there in the corner like this because that's not going to cut it. More of that please, they lost. They lost. Let's not go crazy. They lost to Denver. Denver has a tough loss, but they actually look like they care. For the previous 4 games, they looked like we can just roll the ball out, look at the names on the back of our jerseys, we'll win. And they lost all of them. Last night they played hard. They looked like they cared.
Well, Paul George said he's not a moral victories guy, but there were some things that he saw that he felt in this game that were encouraging. And Mr. Wilbon, I don't know if you know this, but Zach Lowe has a very proud badge here on NBA.
No, I don't.
He has watched every.
Really up until
it's a shame. It's a mark of shame.
Every single second of James Harden's tenure with the Clippers.
I'm breaking that streak next game. I'm out.
But some of those, the staggering. You have
stop making fun of me.
I'm not making fun of you a little bit. Yeah, but it's okay. You've been calling for potentially James Harden to come off the bench, potentially Russell, and that didn't happen. It didn't happen. But the staggering of the minutes, right? And do you think that played into it at all? The staggering of the minutes of Russ and James.
And it was interesting. The pairing went Russ and PG and Kawhi and Harden. And to T-Boo's credit, I didn't expect those to be the pairings because I thought maybe separating Harden and Kawhi as the two real ball-dominant guys would be the easier move, the right move, and that was proven wrong last night. He found those pairings. They seemed to work. But every game's going to be an experiment. To me, the speed and the effort is more telling. That's what I want.
But I was just about to say that when you think about the two, when you think about Russell Westbrook and James Harden, Russell Westbrook is that guy that you want because he's going north to south. James Harden is going to get you east to west and then a little slow north to south. Like Russell Westbrook is so polarizing when he put the pressure on the defense that those kickouts are now different. That lob or those dropouts to Zubac is a lot different. James Harden, he wants to probe and it slows down the tempo. If I'm T. Lou, I'm preaching. We gotta run. We gotta run, especially if you're going small.
Well, their next test is Friday against the Rockets, and these are not the Rockets of last year. Ime Udoka has Fred VanVleet and Alperen Şengün, and this squad is playing at a different level. So they are absolutely still to come on NBA Today. Zach LaVine, he talked about his future in Chicago. We're going to hear from him and tell you if now is the time for the Bulls to start making some major trades. That's next on Alert.
Yes.
There, right? I mean, the event itself is pretty awesome, and obviously, if I can get in, I want to do it. But I think it is worth doing.
Yeah, Matt Holman on more back.
Everybody get on your feet.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. And it's always great to meet all the people on the internet. I've got players there, definitely think that's awesome. But, you're watching it like Montana.
How does he have time to visit everyone in one night?
Well, he has VIP parking.
To be answered that are going to be answered 2 weeks from today.
And how does he know if I've been naughty or nice?
He sees everything.
Everything?
Models are making available.
Let me guess. He's got lots of storage too.
Acceleration, configuration, features.
The electric BMW Road Home Sales event is on now. Lease the 2024 BMW iX X Drive 50 for $799 per month now through November 30th.
Gold Peak's high-quality tea leaves, picked for peak taste and brewed for balanced flavor, make every sip hit different. When it's got to be gold, it's got to be Gold Peak.
Here's something I bet you didn't know.
The New York Times raves The Holdovers is a laugh-out-loud Christmas miracle. Vanity Fair, Rolling Stone, and top critics everywhere are falling in love with The Holdovers. Rated R. Now playing in theaters everywhere.
Do you struggle with occasional nerve aches in your hands or feet? Try Nervive Nerve Relief from the world's #1 nerve care company. Nervive contains ALA to relieve nerve aches and B-complex vitamins to fortify healthy nerves. Try Nervive and try Nervive pain-relieving roll-ons.
That grimy film on your teeth.
Dr. G.
It's actually the buildup of plaque bacteria, which can cause cavities.
Most toothpaste quit working in minutes, but Crespro Health's antibacterial fluoride protects all day.
They stop cavities before they start.
Crest.
Welcome. So exciting to see you all here.
What is this place?
What's waiting for you at the top is unforgettable.
Ethics, a murder at the end of the world. Now streaming only on Hulu.
The NHL on ESPN Plus. Knowing where the season's biggest events can be seen.
You're going to save money on
You'll never miss 300. Knowing where you live doesn't control what you watch. It's always seeing your team in action. Knowing you have access to 50 exclusive NHL games. It's knowing your plans for the next 6 months. Bolts and Hawks Thursday on ESPN Plus.
Headquarters. It's go time in the NBA. And with so much on the line this season, everything to prove. Players looking to write their stories and start new chapters. Superstars looking to solidify their legacy. And fans from all over ready to make some noise. Everyone's ready to go next level. Everyone's all in because it's everyone's game. Celtics 76ers, Kings, Lakers tonight on ESPN.
There's so much at stake here. Every manufacturing world is trying to catch up to these things.
It's literally Michael Penix Jr. and the undefeated Huskies continue their playoff pursuit in a road-tested Oregon State.
It's going to be real revolution. And, like November, the
pressure starts to dial up.
He says a lot of things.
Washington, Oregon State, Saturday at 7:30 on ABC.
But he was right, It actually was.
The Chicago Bulls are off to a slow start. They sit at 12th in the East. The team's 4-7 record has opened the door to some discussions. Reports that the team is now exploring trading Zach LaVine. That's according to Casey Johnson and others. LaVine, he's under contract for 2 more seasons after this year. Plus, he also has a player option. And today, LaVine, he was asked about his future in Chicago.
Can we do something
People talk. I've been a trade talk for a long time. So I understand the situation, but once
GM and all.
once this is always broken,
I think
it's
the
a big
next
thing.
unbox process with the next ship platform is
You don't know what happened with my name.
something pretty special too.
Right now, I'm excited to still put this jersey on, go out here and play, try to win tonight.
Do you want to be elsewhere? I mean, do you want to?
If we need to talk about that at a time, right now isn't the time to really talk about that.
Right now isn't the time to talk about that. That's not exactly overwhelmingly shutting down those conversations. Michael Wilbon, you're the first name. Right, exactly. So this seems like a little bit of going off course of what we've seen historically. You're the first name I think of when I think of Chicago. This is a space for you. We are all here for you to set it out.
Put me on the sofa as a proxy.
Yes, you can call us all doctor with a question after it, so that we all are appropriately titled here.
There was an inaccurate assessment of what in the summer of what the Bulls could be coming out of the gate, and that's why they brought this whole team back to run it back, and signed Vooch and gave him money. And you look at DeMar, you look at Zach LaVine, and they never got over the loss of Lonzo Ball. Have not gotten over it. Thought they were going to get over it, past it. Have not. 4-7. Here was the thing I was encouraged about. From January 1 to the end of last regular season, you know who had the number 1 defense rating in the league? The Bulls. Number 1. You know what they are now so far? 4-7. 22nd.
You know what the Bulls gave up? Patrick Beverly. Patrick Beverly got there in the trade and changed the whole.
He did. Remember how well they played down the stretch? They played much better down the stretch with Pat Bev in there, and now, of course, it's a so now the Bulls have to start over. I deal with the text messages I get from half the people in the building here are saying, "What's wrong with your team?" They have to start over, and the way you start over is getting some kind of package as much as you can for Zach LaVine and DeMar DeRozan, who's going to be a free agent in the final months of his contract. You've got to do that. Where else are you? The Patrick Williams draft pick has been a disaster. He has not been the late bloomers that we thought. And when you look at Halliburton coming after him in that draft, and now the Bulls have to live with that. Oh my God, we passed on Halliburton to take Patrick Williams, who's not been what they thought. Their 4th overall pick. So they got multiple problems. They're not going to lay this all on Zach LaVine. But he's there making $200 million plus, and he's got to bear a lot of the responsibility.
But do they have the stomach for that, Zach? That teardown that Mr. Wilbon is talking about?
I hope so, because the worst thing they can do is trade Zach LaVine for win now kind of assets to try to keep whatever this train is, which is not really going anywhere, try and keep it going all the way to nowhere where it's going. And that would be the most damaging thing. I just don't know what else they're supposed to do, because you look long term. You talked about Patrick Willis being disappointing. Their last 2 first-round picks aren't playing. Like there's just like nothing coming up in the pipeline. The present-day team isn't going anywhere. This is 3 years in a row of being outscored with DeRozan, Levine, and Vucevic on the floor. It just isn't working, and probably the best thing they can do for the long-term health of the franchise is try to bottom out, get a high pick in this draft, and get a high pick in the Cooper Flag draft, and just it's painful, but you got to eat your vegetables sometimes.
I like vegetables, but I'm a little bit looking at their schedule coming up here with the Orlando Magic twice. They have the Heat after that, although the Heat are playing incredibly well right now.
The Orlando Magic.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I'm just wondering if with the schedule gets rolling a little bit here, if they pile on a couple of wins, and all of a sudden it's going to feel a little bit better, or they're still going to have to suck it to push through those bubble guys.
Or the team that you traded Wendell Carter Jr. and the picks that became Franz Wagner and Jet Howard for comes to meet you and ends this era, or signals the end of it.
Well, Michael Wilbon is saying the Bulls need to start over, and if the mayor of Chicago is saying that, then I think the Bulls should probably listen. Coming up next on NBA Today, the Celtics, the Sixers, they face off tonight. Perk, isn't this the game that you've been waiting for? We're going to tell you who's going to win and lay claim on the best team in the East.
Yeah, I think, maybe TV where the wheels don't fall off, I think it could actually be pretty popular. But definitely not off to a good start. David Katz, how are you? How are you coming off?
Let me show you what goes on behind the scenes when making a shakaroni. But we created shakaroni my way, an extra large pizza topping with extra cheese and extra pepperoni. This is a simple recipe. We take everything you love and we build it bigger. Pizza gets bigger with shakaroni.
Folks these days need to protect one another. We should care about our neighbors. That's why I tell everyone I know about CarShield. CarShield was founded to protect drivers from the high cost of car repairs because money's tight. Car breakdown shouldn't stop you putting food on the table. I can tell my friends, CarShield has helped millions of drivers having to pay for unexpected car repairs. All you have to do is put CarShield before your car breaks down.
Well, after working for 30 years, I appreciate the fact that CarShield enables me to have a much less stressful, care-free life. The flexibility to go where I want, when I want, not having to worry.
A plan through CarShield pays for expensive repairs on your out-of-warranty car or truck. And with their price lock guarantee, CarShield's low monthly rate never goes up as long as you cover your car.
My family depends on my truck every day. With a plan through CarShield, you can get protection over 5,000 major parts and systems. We're talking big money items. The transmission, engine, electronics, and so much more. If any one of these breaks down, you could be stuck with thousands of repairs. So don't wait. You want peace of mind driving the car you love without worrying about a breakdown? Call CarShield.
Working for the Department of Defense, I know a thing or two about being prepared. And that's why I called CarShield. And you should too. If you love something, you protect it.
Especially the
That's why I called CarShield.
They do offer some benefits.
Plans through CarShield also include many extra benefits at no extra cost, like roadside assistance, free towing, help with flat or damaged tires, and lockout help. Don't pay for those things separately when you can get them included through a plan with CarShield.
CarShield is here to keep you on the road and turn car breakdowns and the repair costs that follow to just tiny bumps in the road. Call now.
Protect yourself from the unprecedented rise in cost for parts and repairs. Call now to save money with your price lock guarantee. Call 800-319-4849. 800-319-4849.
You don't figure out how to solve.
Tommy John is for men who value themselves and their comfort, who want fabrics that are lightweight, breathable, and insanely soft, with stay-put waistbands that adapt for the perfect fit. 360-degree stretch prevents ride-up and supports any move you make, and mind-blowing innovations like our Quick Draw Fly. We've also reinvented loungewear. Yeah, loungewear. You can trust our thousands of 5-star reviews, because Tommy John knows how comfortable you want to be.
Go to TommyJohn.com now and get 20% off your first order with code TV20.
Bet you didn't know, the most popular electric vehicle is a bike. Among thousands of options, there's only one under $1,000 that comes with hydraulic brakes. The Electric XP is the best-selling e-bike in America 4 years running. It's fun and functional. It's experience above everything. Electrify your home with massive Black Friday deals at electricebikes.com.
I'm not going to ask her. Are you an alum here?
No, I'm married to Tim.
Ah, Shiver Me Timbo. Did he ever tell you the inner tube water polo story?
Yes, I have heard that a lot this weekend.
Hey, guys! Too long when you got married. Where's the invite, dude? I crushed it.
I wanted to buy another one, and they made
Are you betting against the home team at their home for that? They are so soft against the run. And their secondary's trash. Just remember to act sad when they lose.
It's LeBron James with authority, and they're standing here in Miami.
Yeah, I think that's really ended up pushing them to redesign the Prius at the end of the day. Because the Prius was just so ugly for so long, but it was the
Man, for 21 years, LeBron James matchups with the Kings have been a show. It's time for Setting the Pick, brought to you by ESPN Bets, the official sports book of ESPN. Take a look at this. Tonight, the Lakers, they put their undefeated home record to the test once again against the Aaron Fox and company. It's not the only game that jumps out on the slate, though. You can see some notable ones tonight. I should mention that Giannis Antetokounmpo has been ruled out against the Raptors. So, gentlemen, as you take a look at this list, knowing that for the very first time, we may get to see Bradley Booker, Devin Beal. We're going to go with that. Bradley Booker, Devin Beal, and Kevin Durant, Kevin Durant, Bradley Beal, Devin. We're just going to go all the big three of the Suns on the floor all together. Let's go with that and get me another cup of coffee. Michael Wilbon, what are you most excited to see? Who are you picking?
I want to see the Sixers coming off that loss last night to Indiana at home against the Celtics. I mean, but there's no truly great rivalry necessarily anymore in the league. But the closest thing, and it can be rekindled very quickly, is Sixers-Celtics.
I'm actually looking at the Celtics. Sixers coming off a back-to-back and that signature win, right? The Celtics got a lot of wins, but they haven't got one against a true contender. Can they pick up the pace? Did they get their rest, have them toes wiggling in the field last night to go out there and get the W?
Yeah, I'm looking at the other game on ESPN. The Lakers, they're undefeated at home. LeBron didn't play last night, which means he's playing tonight. Primetime game. Kings are 1-3 on the road so far. I know it's De'Aaron's first game back. There might be a little rush there. I think the safe picks the Lakers at home.
Suns, Wolves, Suns, first game with the big three. I'm very excited. Minnesota's on a back-to-back. Suns come out flying and beat Minnesota.
You think the Suns are any toes wiggling in your analogy?
I don't have
anyone switching last names like
relax and watching the game.
Well, we want to know who you're picking. Get the ESPN Bet app. Get started now. New customers can get $500, $200 in bonus bets once they place their first sportsbook bet with ESPN Bet. Still to come on NBA today, the Timberwolves, the Warriors, they threw down last night. Should Draymond Green expect a suspension, and how severe will it be? That's next.
Gold Peak's high-quality tea leaves. Picked for peak taste and brewed for balanced flavor. Make every sip hit different. When it's got to be gold, it's got to be Gold Peak.
For your most brilliant smile, Crest has you covered.
What do you make of all this?
Nice smile, Brad.
Nice. Thanks. Crest 3D White, 100% more stain removal. Crest.
Introducing Fanatic Signature, a brand new collection of elevated fan gear featuring super soft fabrics and premium details. Make your mark with Fanatic Signature. Shop now and get today's special offer. Fanatics.com. Officially licensed everything.
Getting into brush is no longer a chore. The sink is overflowing onto the floor. Luckily, American Home Shield is there to fix or replace covered parts of appliances and home systems to help you stay on course and budget. Sign up today at ahs.com.
NBA Today is presented by ESPN Bet, the official sports book of ESPN.
Stay 0-0 the first 2 minutes.
This is ridiculous.
That was ridiculous.
Draymond came in to defend. Boy, this got out of hand very quickly.
So that was yesterday as we await the NBA's ruling on Draymond Green's actions, including, of course, the chokehold of Rudy Gobert. We now welcome in our senior NBA insider, Adrian Wojnarowski. So, Woj, today, what are you hearing about Draymond's possible suspension here?
And Malika, the league has certainly started that investigation. That means reviewing the tape, setting up and conducting interviews. with participants. That includes players, coaches, referees, anyone who would have perspective on it, and certainly Draymond Green if he chooses to talk to the league. Now, the Warriors don't play again until tomorrow against Oklahoma City. So it does give the league some time if they did not reach a ruling today or finish all the interviews or evaluating the chokehold slash headlock on Rudy Gobert, that it does buy them some time into tomorrow if they don't finish that today. But they're certainly well underway in this review.
Well, just weighing all of these factors, how much does Draymond's history come into play here in terms of the severity of the NBA's potential ruling here?
Malika, it plays a huge part, and you saw it last year in the playoffs against Sacramento in April when Draymond Green stepped on Domantas Sabonis' chest. And after that suspension, I talked to Joe Dumars, the league's executive VP of basketball operations, and he reminded everybody of the three factors: excessive and over-the-top actions, contract detrimental, and then the big one with Draymond Green, repeat offender. And certainly Green's history, his involvement in a number of these skirmishes, it does play a part, and you can certainly expect that is going to factor into the league's decision on a possible suspension for him.
Thank you so much, Woj. They continue to weigh this back here with the panel for now. Wilbon, as you heard what Adrian Wojnarowski said, and we look, and it's very early, but the Warriors are sit at 8th in a Western Conference that really doesn't have much room for error. They're 6-6 on the season. How do you see this playing out?
Well, I don't know that whatever's going to happen to Draymond today, tomorrow, is necessarily going to affect that team. We see time and again, Draymond has these dust-ups. And the Warriors come to his defense, and they say, this is part of who we are, and we can accept it. So even though the rest of the industry may not, the Warriors do. The Warriors have bigger problems. Again, where's the meaningful size, the impactful size of that team in a Western Conference that's loaded? And so some of these struggles I didn't anticipate them having early in the season. What do they won? One game at home so far?
I'm looking at Andrew Wiggins and I'm looking at Klay Thompson. Like, it's time for them to elevate their game. Right? They have been a disappointment thus far in this young season, and it's time for them to elevate. And if Draymond is suspended, then we get to see more Jonathan Kuminga, which I think will be great for the league and for the Warriors to actually see what this young man got in extended minutes.
I think it's essential that Kuminga comes to his own. When we talk about their young talent, we don't really have that. They lost Jordan Poole. Wiseman's gone. Kuminga is one of the only guys that they really drafted at the top of the board that's on that list.
Well, we've had this discussion before, and Kuminga, the other day, he was their third leading scorer for the Golden State Warriors. But we're talking about Jonathan and Kuminga and a discussion that's about Draymond Green, Steph Curry being out, Klay Thompson not being the Klay that we've grown accustomed to, and the Warriors, frankly, bobbling at this point in the season, Zach.
Those three guys you just mentioned are the defining trio of the last 10 years in the NBA. One of them is about to be suspended, and one of them just hasn't played well enough. They got to get it together.
They got to get it together and quickly, because there is not room for error in a packed Western Conference. That's going to do it for us. We'll see you tomorrow. Welcome to NFL Live. Surprising news this morning as Deshaun Watson is out for the season with a broken bone in his shoulder. The team reacted to the news today.
Yeah, I'm still in disbelief. I'm still, I said, just trying to process all the information that I've been getting since last night. And it's tough. I felt like we were turning a corner to really make a run, and I still believe we still will. With the guys in this locker room. I just wanted to be physically a part of it on the field with those guys.
Look, it is a team sport, and it takes everybody to have success. And it's going to be an incredible opportunity for us to go ahead and continue to win games as we're right in the thick of things at 6.
I feel like the mood in our locker room is opportunity. We all understand that, it sucks losing Deshaun, but, we have opportunity to, keep the season going. We're in a great position right now. We control our own destiny. And that's our mindset right now.
This team, as we've all seen, will fight like crazy. Sometimes in pregame, which I don't recommend. But that's what's required. And these guys, they care about each other. They're going to push each other. They're there for each other. We have Deshaun's back through all this as he gets better. And we know he's got our back. So we'll continue to fight. That's just what we do.
We start with Adam Schefter. Adam, what more can you tell us about Watson's injury?
Well, I did notice that Kevin Stefanski's beard there was a little grayer than normal to me. And it's no surprise considering all that he and that team have been through this season. Deshaun Watson hurt his shoulder on Sunday. They did not know the extent of it until the past 2 days when he went through a battery of tests and had doctors look at scans and determined that he needs season-ending shoulder surgery that he'll have next week. Now, he is expected to be back in time for 2024, but that doesn't help. A 6-3 Browns team coming off its biggest win of the season on Sunday in Baltimore against the Ravens. This was a Browns team that inspired hope, that had people thinking that maybe the AFC North could send all its teams in that division to the playoffs for the first time in history. No team in the NFL ever has done that before, and now the Browns will have to do it behind their rookie 5th-round draft pick, Dorian Thompson-Robinson, who takes over as the starter. You'll remember he replaced Watson in one game, but he found out 90 minutes before the kickoff that he was starting. The Browns believe he'll be a lot better with a lot more prep time, which is why they're turning to him over P.J. Walker, who also has played in place of Deshaun Watson. And now the hopes of the Cleveland Browns, and Cleveland can't have good things, right? The hopes of the Cleveland Browns reside with their rookie quarterback, Dorian Thompson-Robinson.
Thanks, Adam, for all the latest there. More from you coming throughout the show as we welcome you in with everybody here. Dan Orlovsky and Andrew Hawkins here. Marcus Spears also. And you just heard, Marcus, the talk around Dorian Thompson-Robinson getting the start over P.J. Walker this week against the Steelers. You agree with that decision?
Yeah, I don't like it because I don't know what I don't know. And let me admit that. The last time I saw Dorian Thompson-Robinson, he threw 3 interceptions. He was 19 for 36 against the Baltimore Ravens. And Shefty made a great point. He didn't find out that he was playing. So there is a week of preparation. There is an opportunity to build and formulate something around him. But why wouldn't you do that with P.J. Walker? A guy that's played, that actually has experience in this league and understanding that you are a team that literally just have to manage this position. Now, the one thing is, does he offer some athleticism that is not offered by P.J. Walker? And we all talk all the time about, does that slow down your processing for a quarterback? And we know that you can get yourself out of harm's way. But I thought it was a no-brainer that P.J. Walker was going to be the starter. One, because they went with him this season. But other than that, the experience of playing in this league. And I thought the potential of formulating a game plan around a guy that's a veteran that has played in games and started in games would have been the best option. But
I'm with you, Marcus. I think what I'm nervous about is what this means for the locker room. Because, yes, DTR might have something that we haven't seen in practice and what he's showing. But for a team, if you go into this against the Pittsburgh Steelers and he puts a performance like he did against the Baltimore Ravens, and any hope that you have, it now starts to feel like the season is getting away from them, not because of their play on the field, but decisions that are being made outside the locker room. P.J. Walker has showed, yes, doesn't have to work on not turning the football over, has to work on what he does in critical moments, but he has shown a lot of ability, and he's shown plays can be made down the field enough to get their team in position to win.
Doesn't matter who's playing quarterback. This team.
Wow, the quarterback says that?
Not after the starter. It doesn't matter. This team is going to either stay in the playoff race because the defense plays unbelievable or not because the quarterback play isn't going to be good enough. I don't mind the move. Number one, there's beauty in the unknown. We don't know who DTR is or is not. If we go to that Ravens game, 2 things. One, the pass protection that game was terrible. That game got 21-3 real fast, and it became a pass fest for a guy who was not ready to be the guy up until 90 minutes before the game. And so it was just this barrage by Baltimore's defense. So hopefully that's a little bit better. They can play a little bit more of their flashing game. Number 2, specific to DTR, I think the main thing is the experience of realizing I got to play faster. And that the defense, when you look at certain people on your offense, Hawk, you know this, other people are coming. Like, the bad guys are paying attention to your eyes, and those defenders are reading where you're going to throw. And I think if he takes that away from that one start and realizing I got to play faster and I got to use my eyes a little bit better, is there really a drop-off from him and P.J. Walker?
I don't want to.
Go ahead, Marcus.
Go ahead, Hawk.
We probably both want to jump in here. Listen, I don't want to make it seem like I don't think DTR could be a good quarterback. But based on what we saw in the Ravens game and those clips that we just showed,
There were 7 passes that the Ravens DBs got their hands on. Another 3 that were intercepted. He only had 19
You just said yourself, PJ Walker's got to do a better job of
He does
football
because he's had more experience. And so, like, deep in the game, he was taking unnecessary risks. Absolutely.
Right.
But when I watched DTR, it looked like a player who thought that the regular season football was going to be the same as preseason. The game is way faster, and there's going to take time for him to get up to speed. And I just feel like PJ Walker has a lot more experience and years of experience.
Dan, I don't want to go back and forth. I want to ask you a question because you did say it doesn't matter as far as the quarterback. So when you go in between these two guys, what kind of plan would you have for them? Like, is it easier, which I would assume is to plan for PJ Walker with a week of preparation, or are they living in that unknown you're talking about in the beauty with DTR? What do you think the decision making is about this quarterback?
I think that there's the reality that DTR was really good in the preseason, and that they know what PJ Walker is, and they don't know exactly who DTR is going to be on this back stretch. And okay, let's be honest about it, Marcus. Like, okay, so what when it comes to opponents? Who offensively are you going? That's a handful for this defense. Like maybe the Rams,
Stafford plays, Jaguars, maybe
Jaguars,
Texans,
maybe Texans, maybe, and obviously Week 18. So if you're the Browns, you're sitting there going, our defense is now. Is DTR going to go be Nick Foles, who he was 7 years ago, or is he going to become Dak Prescott in 2016, or even Tony Romo? Like, is he going to become like that sudden surprise? Then it's a different conversation.
I think we're saying the same thing, and this is the last point that I make on it is, yes, this defense is the reason why we think the Browns are contenders. Even when Deshaun Watson was in there, it wasn't because Deshaun Watson's play. It was like, well, we know he had the potential to elevate him.
But even when I look at this, I don't mean to cut you off. Go ahead. We were asking, is Deshaun Watson's play going to be enough to get them into the playoffs?
And he even said there, he thought they had started to turn a corner a little bit.
I mean, we were looking at Deshaun Watson because we know what the ceiling is. When I look at the decision between DTR and PJ Walker, it's because I think DTR's floor is a lot lower. And to your point, if we're going to rely on that defense, we can't have the quarterback being the reason why we're losing games.
And Sheffy, it does feel like maybe the Browns are trying to see going forward, who do they have? Yeah, maybe they want to see, that's probably a tough pill to swallow for the defense, but they want to see who's the quarterback maybe of the future. If one of these guys, and maybe it is DTR, can get him there.
Well, to Hawk's point, where he's saying that DTR's floor is lower, I think they believe that DTR's ceiling is also higher. They know what they have in PJ Walker. And we go back to this summer, and Dorian Thompson-Robinson, the rookie quarterback, he flashed this summer, like Aiden O'Connell flashed in Las Vegas. There were a couple of rookie quarterbacks who flashed, and they were not named C.J. Stroud during the summer. They want to see more of that while winning with the defense here. This is one of the best, if not the best defense in the NFL, and they need this defense to carry them to the postseason the way that other great defenses have done for other teams. And I think that they think that the ceiling for the rookie quarterback is higher, and they're willing to roll the dice to see if he can get there.
All right, so the opportunity is on Sunday against the Steelers, and I think we'll know a lot more about what their plans are even after that game. Adam, you also have some news in a game that will impact the AFC North. The Bengals and Ravens getting ready for tomorrow night's matchup. What's the latest on the injury front there?
Well, let's take a look at the injuries right here. Sam Hubbard ruled out of the game already. T. Higgins ruled out of the game already. Ronnie Stanley ruled out of the game. Marlon Humphrey not going to play. Doubtful with that calf injury. You don't see doubtfuls play. The good news for the Bengals is Trey Hendrickson, who injured his knee on Sunday, was not even listed on the injury report. So Trey Hendrickson will be out there, unlike the 4 players in that full screen.
Yeah, Dan, I heard you with an audible groan as you saw that.
It's the Marlon Humphrey injury for me. I kind of anticipated T not playing and Sam Hubbard not playing. Marlon Humphrey not playing, I talked about this when it comes to Baltimore's defense. It's a really good defense. One, they don't have a closer, and two, that's their by far best secondary guy when it comes to man-to-man coverage. Geno Stone's having a nice year, but it's a little bit because of some of those simulated pressures. I think the Marlon Humphrey injury looms huge now going into tomorrow night.
Absolutely, but I mean, it is mitigated a little bit by T. Higgins not being out there.
Totally.
Right? Because without Jamar Chase, whenever you take Jamar Chase away, it's like, okay, well, what else do they have?
And that's where the Bengals are searching right now, is for offense outside of Jamar Chase.
And the last thing I'd say about it is Cincinnati is absolutely comfortable taking Jamar and moving him inside.
Yep.
So often, Marlon was the guy that would go
Follow
play inside.
That's a matchup issue for sure. One thing, too, the Bengals coming off that loss to the Texans, I think they're going to have a little bit something to prove. The Ravens coming off a loss, too, but you got to think Joe Burrow wants to go out there and sling it a little bit. We're just getting started on NFL Live. Following the departure of Ken Dorsey, how can the Bills get back on track with a new OC at the helm? Marcus has an idea for what this new scheme should look like. He's not holding back. We'll explain. But we're less than a week away from a huge Monday Night Football matchup between the Eagles and Chiefs. Stick around to hear Dan's big concern for the reigning champs in the Super Bowl
You own
rematch.
an Airbnb in Starbase, or you just rented one? No. I rented one.
You get to the close, everybody's talented. Whoever is the most prepared is the one that's going to dominate.
I mean, my service is always in front of me. You know, we're have the ability to throw out brand new plays. You know, to have something that keeps it all in order.
Is it like a 5 to 8 hour drive?
It's really essential on game day. You out there and your brain is moving extremely fast, heart pumping. Surface, it just slows it all down.
You see a certain look, you adjust, and if you